There we go.
Wow.
All right.
Technical difficulty.
It's working now. All
How can you
right.
tell if the mic is on or not?
Because the soundbar.
A little soundbar, dude.
Welcome back to Drunkards and Dragons, guys. It's been an entire month, and I'm sorry for that. The holidays are insane. But we are back, and hopefully we're going to take a break for a while. So, let's see. What happened last month? Oh, okay.
People tried taking my weapons, and I said no.
So as they continue their trek through the lower dark, eventually they found what seemed to may have been a path leading upwards. After they defeated the Kuatoa god, they found the Kuatoa had stored quite a bit of food and quite a bit of water, so it made surviving a little bit easier for a little while. As they explored further on, they found the path leading upwards, which the only thing they know for sure is heading up is really the only thing to do. So as they begin kind of hacking their way through these huge timber-like mushrooms, Ithlin decided to light it on fire, which...
Oh, that's right, I did do that.
Which definitely got the job done much quicker, but also the surrounding light attracted a lot of the creatures in the dark.
It did.
A fight, but they got through though. They were surrounded on both sides and still managed to persevere. Finding more and more creatures, this time a large group of them with the mysterious bluish kind of like ichor on their back, on the back of their heads. And as you guys have headed up further, so it's been about a week of just traveling upwards. And it's just been, now you have a general direction that you know, and you've backtracked a little bit whenever it seems like a dead end or like you seem like you may be descending. And so as you've all just headed upwards, it's been a week. So I know how much food you guys have and see how many survival checks you guys need to make. The bare minimum is a pound of food will feed all three of you once a day. Once a day is not filling by any means, but it does satisfy the requirement you need to eat.
1.5 rations.
I had 4 days of food, so I would be out now after a week.
All my stuff would be gone too. I had 2.5 pounds of mushrooms.
At what point in the 7-day period would your food be gone?
My food would be gone after, like, sometime during the 3rd day. Pretty much, like, day 2 done.
Are you guys sharing with me?
Yeah. Like, 1 pound of my mushrooms would feed the 3 of us for 2 days. Or, like, the mushrooms I have left would feed all of us.
So at least 3 of those days, you don't have to worry about it. And you guys have, how much water do you guys have as well?
1 water skin, so I'm out of water.
You guys found quite a bit of those mushrooms that contained water. So it just depends how many of those you used.
Let's see. Well, what color were the ones that...
The ones that had water in them were like brown, I believe.
Oh.
Or...
I did have extra stuff. I just am stupid and I wrote it on another sheet.
Food?
Yes, the tan ones were reminiscent of leather, but were edible.
Okay, so I still have 3 of those left. So I'm not totally out of food, actually.
Yeah, so just 1 of those will feed a single person.
Okay.
So...
I also have spicy mushrooms. I have 2 spicy mushrooms.
I had 5 other mushrooms, but we don't know what they do.
Yeah, I have...
And I'm scared.
I have a yellow one with purple dots, and then I have 2 fist-sized mushrooms. I don't know what color they are. So I'm colorblind, I guess.
Oh, I think the tan fuzzy mushroom is like...
Tan fuzzy mushroom.
The
like leathery one.
It's like it's the one that was like the one that they were using for weapons. I remember taking one of those because I wanted to see what I could do with it later. And then I had 2 yellow, like just straight yellow, and then I had 2 yellow and brown spot mushrooms. So it was like yellow mushrooms with brown spots. I had only 2 of those.
I'm out of food and water. After 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm out of water. Let's see.
So
We all die
I'd be out of water
during our journeys.
and food on day 1 potentially.
I mean, you can go a number of days without food and water equal to your Constitution modifier. So you maybe
3 days.
yeah. So the other thing too is Is it safe to say after 3 days you guys just have the food and water?
Yeah.
All right. So are you all fending for yourselves, or are you sending one person to do it? This will reflect what kind of check you get, or how large of a check you need, rather, to find food for yourselves versus one person finding food for everybody.
I mean, I might have the best background in scavenging for food.
I'd want to
if I go by myself.
I'd want to help at least.
I'm bad at survival.
Like all
It's not
3 of
my
us should
job.
go look.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair, but if I'm assisting, I'm not the person to
I mean, I'm not
assist
terrible
a
at
roll.
survival.
Given the nature of this trip right now, you guys will have to decide if you're all going to forage for yourselves or one person for everybody. And so you have a chance of failing together or one person failing. But just given the nature of this trip currently,
I'm willing to try and forage for everyone. For the group. Or y'all can fend for yourselves.
I want to fend for myself because
Okay.
it's interesting.
Yeah, then I'll fend for myself. Jordan, you're on your own.
I guess I'm on my own
Sorry,
then.
Ethlyn, you're on your own.
okay.
Good luck.
So after the third day, completely devoid of water and food, it's about midday at this point. You guys have found yourself getting parched, getting kind of hungry. So all of you go ahead and make survival checks.
Well, this should be good.
Alright, let's see.
Oh, garbage.
+1. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Ooh, 6.
Nice. I got 15.
Oh no. Dang it, Bard, why can't you learn druid stuff?
You can if you're a lore bard.
Lord bards
Good
are
berries.
super boring
Why?
because all they do is cast OP spells. I want to get in the middle of everything and say that I'm a tank and whirlwind
All
while
right.
singing.
Give me a
Come on,
survival
man.
check, boy.
Ooh.
Nice. 12?
12, 6,
Yes. I only have +1.
15. So after a while, you guys arrive back at your camp, and Alexia is the only one who managed to find some food and water for herself,
How much?
just for that day.
Oh, okay. Well,
So it's,
one day at a time, I guess.
it's successful for you for this day. It's a failure for
I
you too.
survived another day, guys.
Nice.
So
I puppy dog eyes her to try and get her to share.
Enough to feel full, or just get through the day?
eating once a day has been, you feel full in that moment, but after a while, you get kind of hungry again. The foraging for yourselves gets you that one meal for the day you need.
Okay. Roger that. I hand him one of the spicy mushrooms I have left, because I'm not going to eat them.
I know this one. I don't have any more.
No more rations to
No more nuts. Just gotta take it straight. Hopefully I'll build up a tolerance to this.
I have one more spicy mushroom if Lynn wants it.
Sure.
Alright.
Alright.
I'm officially out of everything now.
So you get food for the day. You guys are, especially with the spicy mushrooms, you guys are very thirsty.
Hmm.
Sorry, guys.
Although my mouth is burning, I would like to make a to write on a piece of parchment, just anything helps, God's bless. Just sit in the corner holding it.
Alright, so moving on to the next day, everyone go make survival checks again.
Alright. Here we go. Day 2.
Ooh, one more. 16.
Ooh, lower that time even.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
Also,
Oh, not as bad as Varys.
much lower.
I find food again. Booyah!
Pretty sure I fall down a hole.
Yeah.
You find a hole with no food at all.
It's wow, is that water? Just dive right in.
Nope. Now you have traumatic brain injury.
Yep.
Let's see. So given the nature of this journey, Alexia, go ahead and make a survival check with disadvantage.
Oh. Like reroll twice again? Okay.
Like, you're not failing your food check. You already got the food, but this is for something else.
Okay, 19. Whoa. 9.
9.
Yeah, I feel
So, Varys actually goes the completely wrong way. And after you guys
Sounds about right.
reach back to the camp you guys found previous, you find he's not there, period. You being the tracker you are, you were able to find him, but you backtracked a whole day's worth of journeying.
Damn it,
find
Varys.
him.
You're the
By the
worst.
time you guys arrive back at camp, it'll be another day you're behind. So it'll be another food check you guys will have to make, unfortunately.
Wow.
Dude.
Yeah, when you find me,
Be
I'm
better.
I'm sitting there holding the sign.
Okay.
Go ahead and-
Alright, another one.
Yeah.
Let's
At any time, you
see.
guys can change to one person to find their food.
Nat 20!
But it will be harder than it was previous for all three of you.
Let's see.
25.
Trying a different dice this time. This will.
Okay.
8.
Actually,
Still terrible.
although you failed me last time, I don't think you will fail me twice in a row. Yeah. 19.
19, 25.
8.
Sir,
Eight.
Nat 20. Come on. Also, take a drink.
Oh, right. I did. I finished my drink. So with your 19, you do find food for yourself. You find a small, shallow indent of water that it's not clean by any means, but you don't care at this point. You're on the verge of dehydration. And it's kind of like slimy and dirty tasting, but it feels better.
Ew.
Since you got a natural 20, you actually find 2 days worth of food.
You.
No fire spells.
Which either means you don't need to make a check tomorrow, or you can share it with somebody. Ithlin finds nothing.
Well, Iflin failed, so I'll give him some food.
Oh, how nice of you.
Alright, so keep track how many failures you guys all have total, because once it exceeds your constitution modifier, we're gonna have problems.
I haven't failed yet.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're back up to day 5.
Okay.
Go ahead and make your checks, guys.
Alright. So third dice this time. Let's see how this one
That
goes.
just kind of happened.
Ooh, there we go.
So you had 2 failures before. This will give you a success. That last one was a success, technically.
Yeah.
So you're still just down to 2 failures, so you have to
Mhm.
succeed from this point on. So whatever.
It doesn't reset after you eat?
No.
How does that make sense?
Because you went 2 days without food at this point. So eating 1 day is not gonna...
Mm-hmm.
Your body's starting to feel the effects already of not eating. So the 1 day you had was... It was good. It was nice, but you're definitely... You ate very quickly, and then you're just...
Mm-hmm.
I feel hungry still. My body's screaming for like more water, more food.
Mm.
So what everyone get?
14.
20.
20,
24.
24.
I failed.
This time Alexia actually takes longer than the rest of you guys.
Oh, dang.
And when she comes back, you guys are eating your food and she's got nothing.
Wow. So sad.
I will share whatever I can with her. Pay her back for that one time.
You found food for yourself, so if you
Yeah.
share...
It's not enough for both of us.
Yeah.
Keep your food. I
feel
appreciate
your
the gesture,
pain.
though.
You
I
feel like
hand,
you.
I hand her a rolled piece of parchment.
I open it.
It's the sign that I made.
I take up my spot to, beg for food.
Alright, day 6. At this point, you have eaten twice in a row, so you can move one of your failures off.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
I fail. Fail.
21.
damn.
Hard pass.
15.
Varys, actually, it's not fulfilling in a way that feels like you ate food, and you could have stopped, but you kept eating. It's one of those things where you ate, and you found just enough. Just enough to make the pain in your stomach and like the dehydration kind of like a back of your mind kind of feeling as opposed to like going away. So you managed to find food for that day. You managed to find food for that day.
3. I got nothing.
So if you get 2 successes in a row, you take away a point.
Yes. So we're back to day 7, guys. Day 8, technically.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, just stop.
All right.
15.
15.
16.
Nice.
You all managed to find food.
Hooray! I don't die.
Not yet.
So after a week and 1 day, after when you first reached this area and started the incline up, you began hearing sounds of different kinds of metal kind of working each other, and oddly enough, like the sound of like flowing sounds, almost like flowing water in a way.
You mean bubbling brook? No. What's that phrase?
Babbling brook?
Babbling brook. Yeah, that.
Nothing like that,
Oh.
but it does sound like something was flowing, essentially. Those sounds were very faint and far off in the distance. As you've been traveling up this last week and 1 day, those sounds have gotten louder and more distinct, and you've been encountering less and less wildlife and more just hearing those noises strongly. After 8 days, you actually see ahead of you the first sort of prominent amount of light you guys have seen in quite a while. The mushrooms glowed faintly and provided light whenever you found the luminescent ones.
And my poor rock is somewhere in the lower dark, just glowing. Oh.
But as you guys begin marching forward, your dark vision gets a little bit hazy because you actually see a pretty profound source of light up ahead, and it starts messing with your vision a little bit.
Okay.
I want to try to find the source of the flowing noise.
You can make a perception check.
Okay. Uh, 12. Nope.
Sometimes you can hear it, sometimes you can't really.
There. Is there anything in the distance? Like, can we, like, is it a building that's giving off the light?
It's literally a light in the
air?
darkness.
Hmm.
But it's profound enough that it's messing with your guys' dark vision a little bit.
So we're like walking down a hallway and it's getting like bright enough that we can't really like see what's in front of us.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
Continue forward cautiously
Yes.
towards the light.
Hopefully the light will bring us to food.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
How many failures does everyone has?
1.
1,
I'm at 2. I can't fail anymore.
2.
I had 2, and then I made it twice in a row, and then I made it a third time in a row.
Then you're fine. You don't have any failures right now. Yeah, so you absolutely cannot fail anymore. You're at your maximum for that. So we'll move these. So you guys come into this kind of crystalline-like cavern, and you see that what's causing the light is not only is the light, the rock all around you luminescent and sparkly and shiny and kind of interacts with each other and creates more light. Any sort of glowstone in the area is also amplifying or being amplified with the crystal around. And you can see this is clearly some kind of crystal as opposed to just solid rock like you've been used to this whole time. And so the light is being created from the glowstone interacting with the crystal and kind of shining through it. And so for the first time in, I think at this point, 2 weeks, you guys see some sort of like natural light source. And it takes you all a moment for your eyes to kind of adjust because it's been shades of black and white for quite some time. And after a few minutes, you start seeing in color again.
Okay. I try and chip off some of the crystal off the wall.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check. Are you just using your weapon?
I mean, I guess. I don't think I have anything
I don't
more.
think you have like a toolkit for it.
Nothing more suitable, like an axe or something like that. Alright. Oh, 10. Dang it.
You hit the crystalline wall around you and just twang!
Nothing
And just
happens.
nothing comes off. You see there's a slight scratch where you hit it with your sword, but nothing comes off.
I didn't want it bad enough, I guess.
Alright.
Can I search for a loose crystal? Just like walk around like jiggling them. Seeing if I can just pull one out.
Jiggling.
Go ahead, make an investigation check.
11.
Unfortunately, no. They all seem pretty solid. Matter of fact, as you're touching them, like, they're rough on the outside, and they're not smooth by any means, but they're solid. Like, this is not a structure that, or an area of the Underdark that has been hastily put together. Like, it's very, very solid, and there's no loose parts, and it's hard, and even trying to find, like, an opening and, like, a chink in the armor, per se, there's just nothing there.
Alright. I venture forward cautiously.
Okay.
Man, whatever this stuff is really pretty, and I think would fetch quite a nice price at market. It's really such a shame none of us are miners.
Are you secretly a miner?
You're not gonna try and get any?
I mean, now I wish I was. I'm afraid to do any magical things, because maybe it will bounce off and kill us, but...
Do you have an axe in your backpack?
Nope.
Well. I just keep walking.
No.
Alright. Give me 1 second to change the music. What you guys do come across from walking, however, like that's with this, is you come to like kind of a small crater, and there are mixed amongst the kind of really bright luminescent crystal, there are these black rocks all kind of sitting around there, and they have pieces of the crystal sticking out of it, and these are more stone and crystal as opposed to just crystal that you come across after a while.
Did you say they're also luminescent?
The rock itself is not, but the crystal sticking out of them is.
I pick up a rock.
It's pretty big. It's as big as you.
I do not pick up a rock.
I'm gonna try and get some more off of one of those other rocks now.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Maybe these are a little bit more loosely fastened. Ooh, there we go. Okay, let's see. 25. I want that crystal.
So you grab it, and you get a really good grip on it, and your pinky kind of latches under like a loose part. It's kind of jagged, and you feel a little bit of blood appear on your finger. But you get a really firm grip, and you yank it out.
Huzzah.
When you do so,
Ooh, there we go.
5 points of damage to your pinky.
I die.
you
I
probably
explode.
It starts ticking.
I think you just, like, literally ripped the horn off of some monster.
Probably. I hope so.
You do so. And as you yank it out, unfurling from like the rock, turns into this lizard-like creature. 4 legs and crystalline spikes all along its back. When it looks at you, it's this glowing blue glow in its eye that kind of just like shines brightly, and it actually kind of reflects off the crystal a little bit, and it's a little confusing at first.
So
I
one of
need
those.
you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
Is it one of those crystal monsters from Dark Souls?
That's a good kind of
That's what I imagine.
that is a good. It's much smaller. But
Yeah.
that's a good thought process. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's see. I'm supposed to be good at these. Yeah. Oh, all right. 26.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Nothing happens to you at all.
Great.
You just
So like a
awoke all of
basilisk.
the beasts in here. Thanks a lot.
However,
I had no idea. I thought it was a rock.
You're just like, I'm sorry, you look like a rock.
Put it back. There you go.
We're good, right?
your AC is 19,
Yes.
which just barely hits you.
You haven't hit me yet.
Oh, that's true. So I'd have. Well, no, because I'd have disadvantage, but he has advantage for pre-machine and surprise ran off on you. So it's just a straight roll. So the straight roll is a 15. So with a straight roll, it's just a 20, or 20 total.
Just
Really low damage.
good.
So 5, and then. So it's a total of 12 points of damage. And the wound itself, it burns and begins to fester immediately. The blood starts changing color and coagulating a little bit. And it sends searing white-hot pain through your hand. But as this happens, it lets out this kind of like strange screech sound, and then the other rocks unfurl themselves as well. And I need you guys to roll initiative.
Oh.
No. Oh, -1? Nice.
Ha.
So 25 to 20?
Not for me.
No one.
20 to 15?
16.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
15 to 10?
12.
11.
Alright. So they actually get to go first. This is kind of what they look like, if you want to see, like.
Oh my god, they're huge.
What do they
What
look
size
like?
monster is it?
They're medium-sized creatures.
Oh.
So as big as you.
No.
They appeared larger when they were curled up, but as they unfurl themselves and stand on all 8 of their legs and start like coming towards you guys, they're about the same size as you guys are. They are quite large though, compared to normal lizards.
Yeah, no kidding.
3, 4.
Oh no.
1, 2,
No,
3,
my plan won't work now.
4,
Way to go, Ithlin.
2, 3. You get to swing at this one as it runs by you.
Let's see. 14?
Just barely misses. You swing your weapon at it, and it kind of scratches and scrapes off of the crystals on its back, and doesn't seem to deal any damage. And I'll move that in there. Alright, so now they've made their movements. 2 on Ithlin. So the first one has hit you already. Misses you. Kind of snaps out with its jaws, and you just this close to your face, and you just barely jump back in time.
Nice.
Other one does not hit you, so disadvantage. It does not hit you.
Alright.
2 on Varus, 1 on Alexia. Misses Varus twice. 1 Alexia also misses her.
Huh?
I guess the third one on Ethlin. That's disadvantage. It's not gonna hit either way.
Great.
Alright, after them is Varus.
Okay. I will I will draw my left scimitar, and then I'll use my action to make my packed weapon appear in my right hand. And then bonus action wise,
When you due to the nature of this landscape, when you summon your packed weapon, go ahead and make a concentration check for me.
18.
Alright, nothing happens.
And then bonus action.
You notice it takes a couple extra seconds for your weapon to appear in your hand, we'll say.
Interesting. I will attempt to put a hex on number 6.
Go ahead and make a concentration save.
A constitution save?
Concentration check.
Oh, concentration.
Yes.
Uh, 22.
You were fine. Which one are you putting the hex on?
Number 6. And that is my turn.
Alright, after that is Alexia.
I pull out my scimitar and swing on number 5.
Copycat.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
I'm not gonna pull out my bow right now. 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Con save of 14, please.
Does not seem to affect him.
No! Okay. 6. Nope, that's a D. Yeah, that is a D6. Okay. I was like, no.
Okay, that's
11.
a 6.
11 damage.
On number, what one?
5.
5. So you managed to find a weak spot between the crystals lying in its back and kind of thrust downward.
Oh, good. I swing on him again.
Okay.
15 to hit.
Just barely hits. You find a lot of resistance as you plunge your weapon forward again.
Aw.
The snake hilt kind of barely finding its way in.
7 damage for that one.
7? Okay. You have one more attack.
Oh, do I? I thought it was my bonus attack.
No, you're at 3 attacks now.
Oh, okay. Then I attack again. 22 to hit.
That hits.
6 damage. And I end my turn.
Alright. Good damage. The creature definitely hisses at you violently, and purple blood begins oozing from its wounds. After Alexia is Ithlin.
Let's say. This is the first number 1 that hit me.
Well, number 1 has hit you, yes.
Well, I'm attacking him.
Okay.
Uh, 28.
That definitely hit.
Alright, let's see. Damage 2d8. These are 8s. Uh, 24.
On number 1?
Yes.
Alright.
Let's see, still alive?
Yep.
Attack number 2. 13.
13 just barely misses. You found your first purchase with your one weapon, but as you try to follow up with a second attack with your offhand, it just grazes the crystals, causing a little bit of sparks as it does, but dealing no damage to the creature otherwise.
Attack number 3.
Okay.
16.
16 just barely hits.
Alright.
You rolling that one for something?
No, he's making his eggnog drink.
Oh, eggnog.
Yeah, my casual drink.
Tis the season. Oh.
It is. If you guys watching haven't tried this yet, eggnog and whiskey is the best seasonal drink ever.
It is really good.
I've actually never had it
17
before.
damage.
There's a glass right there. How much?
17 damage.
17 damage. Alright, he is still up.
That bastard.
But he is pissed off at you.
I bet.
With every attack you make, it hisses violently at you and spittle flies everywhere.
Gross.
Well, let's see if my bonus action will hit him. Ooh, nat 20!
Ooh, I don't have eggnog yet. I'm not drinking straight crown.
Why not just sip it like a man? Like a gentleman.
What else? What else do you have? I'll take a shot of something.
I have a crown royal, that's all I got.
Yep, that's it.
Put a little bit of eggnog in it, just to...
Oh wait, that's actually a shot. I don't know what it's called, but that's actually a shot. Grab one of those shot glasses. Pour it up to the line, and then I'll pour the eggnog on top. There you go, perfect. There you go. It's supposed to look like that.
Ugh, that's terrible.
That's what the
But
shot
it'll,
disgusting.
it'll taste good, so...
It's called like a brain hemorrhage or something like that.
I mean, that's what it
That's
looks
delicious.
like.
Oh no, it might be called a cum shot actually. Is what it might be called.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. It's reminiscent of cum.
Even more.
I think it's also like when you
accurate.
put whipped cream in a shot, same thing.
Might be a. Did you want one of those drinks?
Maybe a little bit later.
Okay. Anyway, natural 20. So
He's gonna be real dead.
go ahead and roll damage, but we will see what happens. So double all your dice.
Oh boy.
Oh, not double, but roll twice.
We double all your dice effectively. That's just how 5th edition does it. I'm okay with like doubling your damage, but also sometimes you're really shitty for damage, so it's nice to get that second chance.
I remember 3.5 being ridiculous. Like, I remember looking
50.
50?
Oh god, he's a dead.
and like a level 1 barbarian had the potential of doing like over 100 damage at level 1.
Ugh.
It's like,
So as you stab your weapon forward, it goes to hiss at you, and it's currently one weapon is in its like shoulder joint. It goes to plunge at you, and it opens huge mouth wide. You stab into it, and in the scissor formation, you just kind of rip up,
There we
and
go.
the creature's jaw just kind of splits apart, falling to the ground.
There we go.
Number
I was
one
about
is
to say, watch
definitely
something like
dead.
come out of its mouth and attack you.
Number one is definitely dead. I don't think you have any other
sorry.
actions. Unless you want an action surge.
There's so
No,
much
I'm
ick
good.
all over you now.
Alright. Seeing you do that, number 4
I have a
starts.
question.
Yes.
This might actually answer it. But with like vicious like killings like that, like final blows, do any of the other creatures get like scared and just run off?
Sometimes
Ever-
it depends.
okay.
Probably have to be like certain intelligence level.
Just like rip someone's head off and like
So
runs.
it begins kind of hissing, but it is less of the vicious kind of throat gurgle it's been at you guys so far, and it's almost like a whistling sound.
Whistling.
He's calling for reinforcements.
God, I hope not.
Shut him up. Shut
Both
him up.
4 and 5 do that on their turns.
No.
3
Damn
is
you,
gonna
number
try and
5.
attack you with Lynn.
It's just
Because
rubbing
he
it in my face. that
currently
I
is
killed him.
behind you and feels like he has the
Upper
chance,
hand.
so that might hit. Disadvantage still. Nope, he misses.
Alright.
Natural 19 to a 5.
Oh, I could just like surprise him, just like stab him.
Is
in
he
the back
standing
or
right next to me
something.
now?
It's just
Yeah,
sweet.
he's still standing next to you. No, it was number 3 who tried to hit you.
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah.
5.
No,
Uh,
4
4 and 5
5
are whistling. Number 3 tried to attack.
Whistling. Okay.
6 is going to go on Alexia, and 2 is going to try and bite Varys. So 6 misses Alexia,
Ah! I'm so agile. Just-
2 misses Varys just barely. You feel the energy like transfer from its jaws snapping closed right next to your leg, and your pants kind of like blow in the breeze a little bit from the force of which that would have happened to your leg, been trapped in its jaws.
okay.
Sounds
Varys, you're up.
Good to know.
It's unpleasant.
I unleash on number 6. Let's go.
Actually,
But number 2 just tried
I need
biting
you to make a Constitution
Should
save.
stomp on his head.
Constitution. Oh boy.
I've been forgetting to use their main abilities.
11.
11.
Uh-oh.
It's probably
Something
not high
bad
enough.
happens.
You are now currently restrained. As
no.
you have felt this sensation before.
Is it a net?
Suddenly, your legs do not move, and you look down, and they've changed to a gray color.
They are basilisks.
Damn it! Come on.
Oh, you bastards.
Every time there is. Every time.
So what's restrained? I can't move?
Your speed is 0. You don't get any bonus to your speed. Attack rolls have advantage on you, and you have disadvantage to hit.
Oof.
Also, you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Oh, that's-
Perfect. I attack number 6.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
I like kind of do this like lean to like get closer. So I have disadvantage?
Yes.
Awesome.
Ugh.
18?
That still hits.
There you
Normally,
go.
as you swing forward, your feet follow with your attack, and so you kind of move your arms and your feet at the same time. But as you lunge forward, you kind of like stop for a second, and then you're like, ugh! Just give a really long strike forward, and still hit it between the eyes.
So does he care about cold or necrotic damage at all?
Seems to.
Okay.
You're not really sure if they hit him. Which one are you attacking?
Number 6.
Okay. The one with text.
Alright, so I got 5 normal damage, 3 cold damage, 4 necrotic.
So how much damage total?
Total is... Let's see. 18.
18 damage. Alright. He's still up.
Still looking at me.
Yep.
Attack him again.
Okay.
I need to show him who's boss. 19.
That hits.
I got a total of 22 this time.
Okay. Still up.
You fucking kidding me? Alright. No more messing around. I was going to do a series of twirls and stuff during this attack, but now I'm just trying to cleave his head off.
Alright.
Last attack. Oh god.
Oh, so sad.
13?
13 misses.
Dang it.
As more so your advancing on the creature was more so it advancing on you, and you parrying at the right time and dealing damage to it. This time, however, as you go and do one final lunge forward, it catches its blade in its teeth
Ooh.
and just doesn't do anything.
Does he
My
take
turn
the sword
is
from
over.
him?
No.
Oh.
Alexia, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, damn it, no.
Are you bad at those?
It's a level 3 encounter, guys, just so you know.
Wait, con saving throw? No, not terrible. Oh, nailed it. 21.
Except there's 6
You're
of them,
fine.
so it's level 18.
No, this is on hit point level 18 creature.
Okay, so I've used one action to disengage
combine.
and move.
So that's your entire action.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
The attack action is your action.
Yeah.
At that point, you have your bonus action. You can use an action to disengage in an action surge, but that's about all you can do. If you want to move and attack this round still.
No, that's not what I really want action surge right now, but like they're turning people to stone.
It's probably worth it, honestly. Just...
Yeah, I'm gonna action surge.
No,
This
alright.
is garbage. So I'm gonna aim at number
Alright, you disengage right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
and then I action surge.
Yes.
So I get everything back. So I'm gonna aim at number 5. Oh, I dropped my scimitar next to me.
Okay.
Pull out my bow.
Alright, there you go.
Nope, not that one. Okay. I aim at number 5.
Okay.
Doing a bursting arrow.
Make
which
me
will
a concentration check.
hit these 4. What do I do for that?
You just roll a d20 and add your constitution mod.
God, shit. Okay. Oh, 9?
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay. 19 to hit.
That would definitely hit. Go ahead and roll d6.
For why? Shit.
For fun?
Number 1.
Number 1.
Not for fun.
I rolled a 1.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Ooh.
To number 5?
Yeah.
But I didn't even get to finish what I was actually doing.
You're doing the bursting arrow?
Yeah. Okay. You cut that. Okay.
Just roll bursting arrow damage.
Damn, what? My arrow totally missed it. Alright. Breaking in my new die.
Oh.
9 bursting arrow damage.
So you pull out the arrow, and as you begin to imbue it with magic, you feel it vibrate really, really unsettlingly.
Oh, yeah.
And as you let loose the arrow, it explodes in your face.
Oh, no!
No.
Well, that hurt.
That would have hit me anyway, so.
No, it wouldn't. You're just...
Bursting
it
arrow is
would've-
10 feet.
It's 10 feet out.
Oh, it would've-
From
Yeah.
point of origin, 10
Yeah.
feet. So,
Whatever.
there you go.
Okay, it would have...
Karmic justice.
But it would have hit all 4 of these guys.
So
I mean,
with your first
yeah,
attack, it
fair
literally explodes in your face. You do have a magic bow. Let's see.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It was magic damage though.
And could I use curving shot as my bonus to redirect it away from
The
me?
arrow explodes when you
No.
use bursting shot.
Yeah, but it's bursting arrow. When I do
or
those,
bursting
it returns to my quiver.
When you
So
use
the arrow
arcane,
doesn't,
when
like,
you
blow
use
up my
arcane
face.
shots, they don't return to your quiver.
Yes, they do.
No.
You told me they did. The only ones that don't come back to my quiver are the ones that actually explode.
When they literally explode, they don't come back. If you've been returning bursting arrows to your quiver this whole time,
Well, bursting arrow is only force damage. Like, it doesn't, like...
it's literally push out from the arrow.
Well, okay. Okay, so what's happening now?
So you're still in your attack action. Your first attack blew up in your face, literally.
That's upsetting.
I'll go ahead and say since your bow is magical, it does not take damage this time.
My bow doesn't take damage?
Yes.
Okay, well, this is upsetting.
Do you have like a black sooty face like in a cartoon?
I sure hope so.
Absolutely.
You just hear like echoing throughout the cave. What are you doing?
The hell are you doing over there?
Okay, so I don't want to do that again. I feel like if I do any arcane shots, I'm going to have to do a concentration. I don't want to. So... I'm just going to do a regular arrow.
Regular arrows.
Yeah.
They're safer, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At
honestly.
this point.
Alright, go ahead and make your last 2 attack rolls.
Alright, so I'll aim at number 5 first.
Okay.
See if I can get him off the field.
It's cocked. Go ahead and
Ah, not 20!
Nah,
What?
it's cocked.
Come on!
That was cocked.
Wow, okay. Okay. Whatever.
Oh! There you go.
Suck it!
Double 20s.
That's what we call meant
Coming
to
at you,
be.
number 5!
Jeez.
Alright. Good job. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, so 2d8
2d8 plus 5, I believe.
plus 7.
Oh, right, good. Since vibrators.
4 plus 11 damage.
So sad.
Alright.
Stupid. Is he still alive?
He's still alive, but that arrow you shot before returning to your quiver literally embeds itself into him.
Oh, well, I don't have my quiver right now, so.
Oh.
Well, like, I remember because I had too many
Right,
things, so I
right,
had
right,
to-
yeah. So it does not return. So currently
No.
your arrow is deeply embedded in him, but he is still up.
Shoot the same spot. Do it.
But then it's the call shot. It's like disadvantage.
And -5.
Is
That's
that a
true.
thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's
In
a-
what circumstance would that be useful?
It basically guarantees a critical hit depending on where you're aiming at.
Oh, but it's just harder to hit.
It's very hard to hit though.
Oh, I see.
Man, this freaking guy. Okay. I attack number 5 again. God, he's the worst.
I mean, you hit him.
29.
That definitely hits.
That's
12
better.
damage.
12 damage.
Like I did more damage with your regular hit than your crit one.
Ridiculous, man.
He is still up, but he's looking
Oh
pretty
my
rough.
Really?
god!
He's looking really rough.
He's the only one I've been attacking, aside from myself.
What a dingus.
Okay, can I take this time to put my bow back and pick up my scimitar?
That'd be
or
a
do I have
whole
to do that
action.
later?
Yeah, that'd be a whole action.
That's fine. I'll just hang out
Okay.
and be angry.
I'm just hanging on the ground.
Ithlin,
Just try to clean
make
my
me
face.
a Constitution save.
Best I can.
Alright. Oh, nat 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, buddy.
Go on there, blowjob.
Oh boy.
Or cum shot.
Sure.
No, no, that meant.
Another one? Most joyous of days!
And their secrets come out.
Oh, Varys, go ahead and roll a d4.
Yeah, this
And I'll have you roll a d4 as well.
Okay, d4.
3.
3? Keep. When that many rounds pass, let me know.
2.
When that many rounds pass, let me know.
Okay.
Just looks disgusting.
It looks disgusting, but it tastes delicious.
Oh.
It really does.
Oh god, it's horrible looking now.
Yeah, now it's all mixed.
What's the point? It's supposed to look bad.
Yeah, but the first one looked worse, I feel like.
Well, you're supposed to, like, drizzle it in. So, like, don't pour it in, like, drizzle it in so it, like, doesn't rise to the top.
Whatever.
But either way.
Mixology later. D&D now.
Yes, so your feet also begin to turn to a solid gray color. And you are currently restrained.
Dang it.
So in your case, it'll be an even roll for them to hit you. It won't be disadvantage anymore because they have advantage technically. So it'll be an even roll for all of them.
Okay.
And then your attack's a disadvantage currently.
Yes. Alright, let's see.
And so at least one round has passed technically for you. So in 2 more rounds, let me know.
Okay, I'm gonna attack number 4.
Okay.
So I can't move to attack number 5 now.
Yep.
So.
Much like Varys, you fight with your feet as well as your hands. And as you go to step forward, you look down, you can't move.
Let's see, 14.
14 just barely misses.
I'm gonna try it again. There we go. 20.
That definitely hits.
Let's see. Uh, 18 damage.
To number 4?
Yes.
Alright.
Alright, attack number 3.
It kind of like, it goes from like that whistling sound to like, as you slam, as you hit him in the face.
Yes. Ooh, I hit him again. 24.
That definitely hits.
Uh, 13 damage.
Okay.
And swing on him with bonus action, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
It's an action surge.
Could. Oh, dang it. I hate disadvantage. 9. It's not gonna hit. The other one was a 20.
Unfortunately not. Do you want to do anything else? Action surge, bonus actions?
No.
Alright.
That was my bonus action, the last one.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So that's 4.
So, upset that he was going to try and get away. I will allow you to make an attack for opportunity still.
Great.
No!
Dang it. Nah, that's not gonna hit him.
What'd you get?
What was it? 10?
Alright. 2 on Varys.
I cast shield.
Make a concentration check.
Oh no!
Is this to maintain a spell or
No.
no?
Now, there's a
God
DC
damn
for
it.
this effect.
Fail. I got an 8.
8. Roll d6.
Two.
Your spell actually goes off.
Ooh.
For a couple seconds, nothing happens, and it gets this close to your face, and you're like, oh no! And then it shimmers up and blocks it.
Alright, my AC is 24.
Potentially blocks it. We'll see.
Yeah, potentially.
That definitely will miss. Yeah, they both miss at that point. And the one on Ithlin, the one on Alexia. It's gonna hit Ithlin, gonna miss Alexia.
I am becoming a wall.
So it's 16 points of damage total. The remaining fleshy parts of you. It seems to be spreading faster than what Varys has, as it started with your legs being stoned, and now currently you're up to your waist, completely petrified. After that is Varys' turn. You may also use an Arcana check of some kind to figure out what's going on.
I'm good.
Okay.
I just want to kill these things and hopefully not die.
The nightmare beginning to set in as you remember this feeling, and now you two are currently halfway up your torso.
It's not even being petrified that worries me. It's the fact that a fish dude can come around the corner and throw a net on me, and I can't dodge. All right.
Oh God.
I will attack number 6.
Okay.
20.
20 hits.
$18.
As number 6 tries to get away, you uppercut it just out of range, and it kills it.
Nice.
So number 6 is down as well.
I will attack a second time on number 2.
Okay.
Oh. 17.
That'll hit.
Six. 12 damage.
12 damage. Alright, anything else?
And... You got this, Alexia, and I will give you a Bardic Inspiration die.
What do I get to do with those again?
That's a good question. It's been a long time since I've used it on anyone else.
Alright.
Fairly sure you can attack, saving throw, or ability check.
And it adds a D4?
No,
think
his
it's
looks
like a
his
D8.
D8 right now.
D8, okay.
It might even be a D10. You're level 11 now. It might be a D10.
Alright, I wrote D8 attack.
It
It's a
does
D8.
like look
Save.
gruesome after a while though. Like when you have like many of them, it's like what does that look?
So yeah, you get to
It's just the stuff coming
add
off
the die
side.
to a ability check, attack roll, or a saving throw. And you can use it after you see what you roll on the d20.
Yeah. So it's if you think you're gonna miss, you get to be like, wait, maybe I won't.
Or if he's like, hey, make a save that you're bad at.
Bardic Inspiration.
Just remember.
And
Alexia, go ahead and make me a Constitution save.
Ooh,
the only one that made it.
Saving throw. 25.
You are okay. Oh, did you? You'll have to remember this next time, Mithlin. You have Indomitable. You could have rerolled that failure.
Oh, it's true. I forgot about that. I also have Lucky, too. Just,
You have
Not
all these-
today.
You have all the things that could have saved you.
yeah, I totally forgot.
Alright, am I clear to attack?
Yes.
Okay, I drop my bow, pull out my long sword.
This is just your normal longsword?
Yep, just my
Okay.
elven longsword. And I swing on number 5.
Okay.
Do you have 2 weapons lying on the ground now?
Yes, I do.
That's awesome.
She's pulling them out, swinging and dropping on the ground. Another!
I had a mod that did that on Skyrim installed. You cannot even imagine how many weapons I lost and had no idea what happened to them until I remembered that I had that installed.
Yeah, half the time I keep I leave shit just lying around.
Yeah,
like a rock.
that would
I
happen
never
constantly.
pick it up. Okay, 25 to hit.
If I were a good DM, I might remind you you're putting things on the ground, but
It's 25 to hit.
definitely hits.
Garbage rolls.
This
Okay.
is number 5.
Yeah, 9 damage.
Number 5 goes down.
Fucking
Plunge it through
finally.
its skull, and it drops to the ground and twitches a little bit but does not move.
Okay.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, I move and swing on number 4.
Okay.
Nat
Natural
20.
20.
Ooh,
Damn, girl.
there we go.
You're on it tonight. This is gonna be what saves you all.
Yeah, probably.
11 damage.
11 again? Ooh, the curse of the 11 damage.
Seriously?
Wow. In that case, he is still up.
Okay, I have one more attack.
I honestly thought you were gonna finish him off.
Right? Like, when it matters. Oh my god.
So you're getting lots of natural 20s tonight, but not high damage.
No, not at all. Not at all. Okay. Yeah, so third attack.
Hey, just remember, 2 2s on the die is better than 2 1s on the die.
Oh, it's garbage.
It's literally twice as good.
15 to hit.
15 just barely hits.
A little bit, 11 damage.
Alright. You find that one vulnerability in its hard crystalline shell, and you hit it, and it spasms entirely, and the sound coming from its throat completely diminishes as it falls to the ground.
Oh, thank God. Okay. No more whistling, gents. No more whistling. Alright.
Ithlin, you're up.
I'm done.
So how does restrained work if it's standing behind me?
Yeah, can he turn? You can't even turn
I
around.
can't hit it, can I?
I would have to say no. Just given
Can
the
he
situation.
just, like, wildly
no.
Yeah,
swing
because I'm
behind
like
her?
half stone.
You can like turn your body and go, get away, you!
It's still a disadvantage either way. I'd be
Okay.
okay with that. It
Okay.
explains this advantage further, so I'd be
Yeah,
okay
I
with
mean, yeah, that's
Just
true.
flip your sword so, like, you know.
Yeah, I have them both backwards.
it. You're just like,
Well, that's what's happening right now. So
He just looks like he's skiing in place.
I look ridiculous.
I'm laughing
that's,
at you loudly.
That's gonna miss.
what is it?
7.
7 misses.
Let's see. Attack number 2. Let's see. 18.
18 will hit.
Hooray! I managed to hit him.
It's more confused by your movements than anything. And so while you're
Yes.
flailing about, it's trying to like anticipate where you're coming from. And it dodges to the left to dodge your first attack, but then it just doesn't expect it to just wildly come from the right.
He's also laughing.
We'll take
at
them
you,
from behind.
Which is why he's distracted.
22.
On number
damage.
3? Damn,
Yes.
son. Alright, anything else?
Let's try my third attack. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, dang it! I hate disadvantage. It's so terrible. Let's see. 12. That's not gonna
12 will miss,
hit.
unfortunately.
No.
You have action surge still.
No.
Action surge ski!
Yeah. No, I'll just use my bonus action to attack him again. That's fine.
Alright.
I'm not gonna waste action surge with disadvantage attacks. 16?
16 to hit?
Yes.
That
to hit.
definitely hits.
Hey!
Just barely hits.
50%. There we go. That's good enough. 10, 11, 15.
15 damage. Number 3 definitely looks wounded and considerably injured, despite the fact that it's... If you could see it, you would see it's confused and isn't understanding quite what's happening. You can determine its prey usually isn't this skilled in battle. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, so that is round 2. The last thing you see before your vision goes black and you can no longer move is over the ridge on the far end. You see a much larger version of the things that you've been fighting thus far.
Oh no.
As it crawls over the ridge.
Dicks.
And before you get a chance to warn your friends or scream out, blackness.
Yep. Varys has 1 round.
Yes.
Make it count.
Hopefully.
This is going to be completely ignoring it.
Shoo.
Oh, they advantage the hit. Still miss you with advantage. Alright, that one's going to hit. The first one tries to bite you, and you're kind of just like, slap it out of the way as you're like, go away! Stop it! And it kind of like recoils and like, at you.
Slap damage.
Bites your stone
Which
blade.
one hit me?
Number 3.
Number 3?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
11. And then...
I have a reaction to this after you're
18
done with
damage.
Oh boy. 215.
And it's a curious feeling for you because as it tears into the fleshy part of your body still, it takes a pretty sizable bite out of your chest and then immediately starts to burn and it's this white hot pain. And then as the stone progresses further, the pain is completely nullified. And it's relaxing because you can't feel it anymore, but terrifying because you know why. What do you call it, rebuking?
Yeah.
So it's your spell DC is the save for dexterity, and then it takes 2d10.
Maybe. I might cast it at a really high level.
You could, that's true.
Okay, so it's a d10 for each. I cast it at 3rd level.
So it's...
40-10.
Alright. What is your save?
Hang on, I
Oh,
got
it doesn't matter if it fails. I know it's higher than 11, and they have -1, so...
Yeah, my save was, let's see. 5, 9, 17.
Yeah.
But, okay, I'm good. I had to make a save for my...
Oh, that's right, the spell,
my
yeah.
hex.
What did you get total?
For... I made a save for taking damage.
So you're casting a
concentrating.
spell, so go ahead and roll a
Yeah.
concentration check again.
7.
Roll a d6.
6.
Spell goes off. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ooh. And it failed, right?
Yes, so it's taking full damage.
2. 3. I guess this is the 4th. Wow. 7, 14, 22 fire.
The creature screeches out in pain as fire erupts all over its body, and your color is like blue, right? It's
Yeah.
like blue and black. So blue and black flames erupt all over its body, and the creature screams out in pain and hisses and makes a combination of a gurgling sound and like a hissing sound and like a eventually just kind of a low like and makes no noise and just falls to the ground smoldering. And the fire does not go out for quite some time. Is that your 3rd round?
This is going to be the beginning of my 3rd round, yeah.
Okay. So after this round. Yep, you have your action.
Okay.
At this point, only your arms and your head are still fleshy.
If you don't fix me, you drag me out of here, you put me somewhere, anywhere really, in a woman's bath area. Hopefully one day I come out of this. Remember, I'm a dirty old man now.
That's true.
Yeah.
Proof.
So I will use my bonus action to
Use a
move
puppet.
the to move the hex from number 6's body to number 2. And then I will swing on number 2.
Alright. Ooh.
13.
To hit?
Yep.
Misses, unfortunately.
I try again.
Not even so much as you hit its unvulnerable spots as you swing, and your arm just does not finish the rotation as you swing.
19.
That'll hit.
And I'm going to defensive flourish it
Okay.
to just do as much damage as possible.
Okay.
Wow. 10, 14, 22, 28 damage.
28 damage.
My AC is now 27,
You deal
For how
a
much longer that matters.
right?
you deal a decisive blow to it. It is bleeding out of its mouth. You've cut a large part of its face open, and so as it hisses at you, there's like blue blood and like spittle kind of like oozing out the side of its face at this point as you've cut it completely open, and it's looking pretty rough, but it's still standing.
And to end my turn, as I know my fate, seeing Ithlin, I begin flipping the basilisk off,
Okay.
whatever it is.
When this petrification finally ends, you finish in a very kind of pose.
Wait, are you flipping the level?
They're gonna put that in a women's bath area.
Mm-hmm.
Some guy just like,
You're not even gonna tell me what if the what? Oh my god. Okay. Well.
Alright. Alexia, you're up. You look around, and you see that Ithlin and Varys are completely petrified. Number 2, looking away from Varys at this point now, has turned its gaze to you. You hear the rumbling, and you see over the ridge the large one crawling over. I need you to make a constitution save still.
I'm gonna use my Bardic Inspiration.
Oh shit, alright. So you add an 8 to it.
You have anything else that you can use?
So you can do
Oh,
Indomitable
that
also.
only adds 8. Never mind. I'm gonna do Indomitable then, because
Okay.
then I can actually like reroll the whole thing.
Oh my god.
Can I use both?
Yeah, you can do both,
Okay.
yeah.
Then I'm gonna use both.
What's your total right now?
Total right now, 10. Oh,
Okay.
dicks.
Constitution save?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't you good at saving throws?
Saving throw. Sorry. 14.
You're fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Hold on to your Bardic Inspiration.
I did. God damn. Okay. I don't need that die.
Alright.
gone forever.
You can use this one.
So, quite literally between a rock and a hard place at this point. What would
Well,
you
it
like
was
to
my
do?
percentage. I don't need that. What?
Quite literally at a rock and a hard place. In between a rock and a hard place. What would you like to do?
Go pick up my weapons.
Okay.
So I can actually be ranged.
So that'll be your whole action then.
That's fine.
Okay. Ithlin is stoned. Look at me.
Oh, Ithlin, why you gotta be stoned in the middle of battle?
I mean, I feel like he's the kind of guy that would be. To be
It's
perfectly
just
honest.
like, I don't care.
Want to move the big one towards you as well?
No.
Well, I need you to.
If we're being honest.
So Alexia is gonna die, but we're gonna survive because eventually we won't be stoned anymore.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
I'm
hope
like-
that you're eventually not gonna be stoned anyway.
I'm hard in an awkward situation.
Oh.
So, the large one, this is size large.
Oh,
The medium-sized ones were as big as you guys were, at least in size category-wise. This one is bigger than the smaller ones. And you gather this is probably the mother of some kind.
Dicks. She's mad.
And she kind of looks around at all her slaughtered babies. The one that Varys killed,
The one that's still on
on
fire.
fire. She looks around and just opens her mouth slowly. The spittle just gathers and gathers and gathers, and her eyes narrow at you. You hear a low hissing behind you, and as you look behind you, you see the other one wounded and very, very bloody, but crawling up behind you. as they are now flanking you.
No! They planned this.
Number 2 will miss. Mama? Mama will actually miss.
Oh!
Wow.
Thank you.
They both lunge at you, and you kind of do a twirl in the air, and they kind of collide momentarily, and you manage to evade
I
both
like
of them.
to imagine that I do a backflip and like vault off of number 2's head and land behind him, and then his like momentum hits his mom. That's what I'm
That would be
picturing.
great. We'll say you do that to the wall because you landed in the same spot. So.
Damn. Whatever.
Alright. That skips their turn and goes right back to you, so I need to make a Constitution save again.
Dicks. Okay.
Still have the inspiration though.
Yeah. That's 11. Bardic Inspiration.
Varys' words ringing in your head, the last thing he said to you, and possibly the last thing he'll ever say to you. You concentrate harder.
Oh, good.
You feel your arms and legs kind of
17.
turn to lead momentarily, but you shake off the effects.
17.
It is your turn. What would you like to do?
Run away.
Okay.
If I disengage, I still have, like, I had to do a con save again without being able to attack my next round, right? Because
Yes.
if I disengage now, it's my
So,
entire...
just to make things easier, every single time you start your turn,
I have to do a con
you
save.
need to do a con save, yes.
Well, I can't do shit with them, like, on my ass, so I'm gonna disengage.
You could also move and let them attack you. Like, I don't know how much hit points you have, like, how full you are right now, but,
I mean, I'm pretty much full. So.
like, if it
But
lets
they're
you
flanking, like, they would both get advantage on an
This is true.
Not if you kill one of them first. Do it. Do it.
I'd probably get potentially more damage with that one. Alright. I pull out my longsword and swing on number 2.
Okay.
$25 to hit.
That'll hit.
12 damage.
That's just enough to kill it.
Oh, thank God.
Nice.
Okay, so I kill him.
So you defiantly look to your left, look in front of you, look behind you. Defiantly look the mother right in the eyes, looked behind you. Stab her baby, never making or losing eye contact. And as it twitches there on the ground and doesn't move any longer, your glare just intensifies.
And then I flee.
Do you want to give up your other 2 attacks? Before you move?
I guess I could swing on her with the longsword and then move.
Yeah. Get your full attack action off.
Okay, I'll swing on her.
Okay.
20 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
13 damage.
13 damage. So, her skin is definitely tougher and harder. She's covered in more crystals than the other ones were by far, but you still managed to find a weak spot in her defense and stab through it.
Last attack, 24 to hit. Garbage! 8 damage.
So you did 12 and then 8?
Mhm.
Okay. Alright, anything else?
I move!
Alright,
1,
she's
2,
gonna swing on
3,
you.
4, 5, 6. I take my full movement.
And she misses.
Oh my god.
I'm not getting high rolls tonight, guys.
I'm not getting high damage.
Alright.
I get an uneasy feeling as I'm frozen in the carbonite.
It's better than the last facial expression you made.
What's that one?
But just like disgusted in my mouth, like look.
I like to imagine there's a big crystal growing out of me now because I took that one. And like I'm stoned now, so it's just like growing out of me.
She runs up to you but can't quite get to you.
Dicks.
And that's her turn. It's your turn.
Should dash.
Dash was an action.
I know. Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. And it gets me farther away from her. Okay. Swing on her with my longsword.
Alright.
23 to hit.
That'll definitely hit. Ooh.
8 damage.
Alright.
Swing on her again. 20 to hit.
It's...
Is that another one?
8 damage.
Wow.
Wow.
I used my last action to dash.
Was that 3 attacks?
No, that was 2.
It's not an action. You took the attack action, so you have 3 attacks. That's your action.
Damn it. Okay, fine. 25 to hit.
That hits.
Is it a 2?
9 damage.
9 damage.
Alright.
And I move away from her again.
Okay. You actually find, as you slam your weapon into her, and the Elven Longsword is a finesse weapon, unlike most longswords, and so as you kind of twirl it around, it kind of hums in the air momentarily. You kind of hit it multiple times, and chunks of crystal fly off, and you definitely dealing damage to it, and it's definitely getting annoyed with you.
Yeah, well,
It's gonna try and bite you.
dicks.
Ah, fine, that is my natural 20.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Fuck you.
This is a lot of damage dice, but I don't. This monster's stats is not very high, so I don't know.
Yeah, but my stats aren't very high.
It's finally gotten to that point where like its primal instincts of like its young dying and the thing that killed it standing before it just kicked in.
It's 2 natural ones in a row on the damage dice. That's ridiculous.
Wow.
That's phenomenal.
That's
So,
great.
grand total,
Great
as it
shit.
bites into you, kind of its jaws pressing firmly against the armor, not quite piercing your skin, but the pressure itself, you feel several bones kind of crack and snap a little bit inside your chest as you take 27 points of damage.
Ugh, it's too much math. It's the freaking weekend, guys.
How much health do you have?
After that, 69.
Oh shit!
Wait, you said 27, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Wah wah wah!
Whoa, 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 whoa!
That is its turn.
You
Let's
guys are
see, you're
terrible
up.
at that. Come
So you had 96 to start with?
on. Yeah. Well, I had 105, and then my arrow blew up in my face, so then I got 96. And I got 69, which is the exact reversal. Okay.
Nice.
Risky strats, guys. Risky strats.
Okay.
I'm not gonna disengage, so she can swing on me, but I am moving.
Okay. Are you trying to pull a different weapon as you do so? You can stow a weapon as part of your movement as well.
Do I still get the full movement?
You get the full movement. That's kind of the loophole to the action or the free drawing or stowing a weapon. Is it says you can combine it with your movement as well and still get your typical draw or stow. So as you're running away, you can put your longsword in its scabbard and run off, and then still get to pull out your bow. Yes.
Okay, that's what I want to do.
All right. So it's next thing on you. Natural 20.
Oof.
Over here.
Stop letting him bite you for free.
Yep.
Take a breather.
Um, 24 damage that time. You wrench yourself from its jaws and you feel teeth scrape whatever skin that is revealed on you. Scrapes whatever open skin you have. You pull away. As you try to run away, you feel its jaws clasp again you again real quickly as you scream out in pain. The adrenaline pumping now. You run forward still, pulling out your bow as you do.
Okay, so I have to do a con save.
That was actually before you even moved. So, maybe you don't take damage, but go ahead and roll it. No, you take damage. You passed.
Got 19.
Yeah, you're fine. So that happens still, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the start of your turn. You gotta make those.
Sorry.
But it's my fault too. I forgot. So.
Okay.
I'm so caught up in this moment right now, like... The DC is 12, just so you guys know. So...
What do I have to do for a concentration? It's just my con mod, right?
Yeah, you add your Constitution modifier whenever you're... At
Because
this
I
point...
want to do a grasping arrow.
At this point, you know when you cast a spell or use any kind of magical ability,
Yeah.
there's something interfering with it that causes you to have to focus on extra hard.
So I'm gonna attempt a grasping arrow
Okay.
with sharpshooter. So I'll do the concentration.
Yeah, do the concentration first.
17.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
The arrow, it's that same unfamiliar feeling of normally your arrows and your arcane archery, it's so flawless and it barely takes any effort. But during this fight in particular, using your magic, you felt it almost pull and resist you a little bit doing it. And you feel that same resistance in your arrow momentarily before it settles and it's calm again.
Okay.
So, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay, hold on. So I want to make sure that I'm using all my range, because I am wearing the copper bracers. So what do I add together for my range attack?
The Bracelet of Archery gives you +2 to your damage.
Yeah. Oh, +2. No, it says +2 to range attack. So it would be my hit roll, wouldn't it?
If it's the Bracelet of Archery, you do +2 damage.
It's the copper bracers. Oh, okay. Damage
Which
then?
would be the Bracelet of Archery. So you do +2 damage.
Damage. Damn it! Okay, well, I get +2 damage, so.
Yeah, so you get +2 damage, you get Dexterity as damage, you get a +10 if you hit, just because of the Sharpshooter.
Yep. Oh, man, okay.
And then you'll deal the grasping arrow damage as well if it hits.
Yep.
Is that not one?
It is.
Ithlin,
Okay,
Varys,
okay, so-
would you guys like evens or odds?
Even, baby.
Alright, Sarah, I'll let you roll. Go ahead and roll any dice you want. Even it's Ithlin. Odd it's Varys. That
10 is
a
even.
10.
Even.
There we go.
So your arrow slams into Ithlin, and vines begin erupting from it and wrapping itself around Ithlin. Slight cracks begin to appear in his body, but otherwise he's intact.
Does he take all the damage, or is it just the brambles that are sitting there now?
He does take the damage, so go ahead and roll it.
Oh, fuck.
The thing about being stoned is if you exceed your damage, you explode.
Oh.
You crumble to dust.
Oh,
so.
dicks.
Oh, if I die, I want to be an obese cleric.
But the positive is that while you are...
Do you want to attempt an athletics?
I'm a
he
rock.
automatically fails.
I know.
But the benefit is that while you are stoned, all normal physical damage is halved.
Oh. Okay, so just the physical, but all the magic is like...
The magic is the same, the physical will be halved.
Okay.
Yeah, all your damage is magical, though, because you're shooting from a magic bow.
That's true, so he'll just take full damage.
Oh, God.
If you explode Ithlin...
I'm crying as I do this, because it's like...
Does this still count as a sharpshooter shot, too?
Yes, it does.
Good luck.
Okay, well,
How much hit points do you have left right now?
5,
It's like 96.
No, Ithlin was been really low for HP the whole time. He had like 45, like level 10 or something like that.
It's 68.
69, I'll let you bump it up because it's the magic number.
Okay, so...
Or are you at 68 right now?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm at 68.
28 damage.
Alright.
I need a shot.
It's one of those slow motion aspects. As you let loose the arrow, it flies directly at the creature first. But as it gets closer and closer, you realize you wide shot that thing really, really wide. And you realize your hands are shaking, that the adrenaline has definitely gotten to you, and you weren't as focused as you thought you were. Do you want eggnog in it?
Nope.
Alright. Sarah has no joy in her life. She hates eggnog.
Gross.
You're gross! This is why I shoot you.
Alright, that was your first attack. Go ahead and push after your round. You might need it. As a sad, like, remedy.
Right? Okay. What was that, my first one?
Yeah, so you still have 2 more.
Dicks. Okay, well, that only happens if I get a nat 1, so this is just bad odds if I get
Hey,
another
the good news is that since you can't move, you won't take the damage for moving from grasping arrow.
There's the silver lining.
No.
Alright, I'm gonna attempt it again.
When I never asked you, I'm sorry, what pose would you like to be frozen in?
I don't know. I don't really care.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna attempt another grasping arrow sharpshooter on the monster this time.
Okay. I want it to be like a mid-ski pose, so you have like one sword behind you, one sword in front of you.
Do I need to do another
Yeah.
concentration for each
Yes.
time I try to do it?
Every time you use a spell. Any kind of magical effect.
Oh, 21.
You're good?
Okay, let's see if this hits. Oh, God. Oh, 22 to hit.
That'll hit. So you'll add plus 12 to this damage total.
What?
Or, sorry, no. You have your plus 12 plus your dexterity. Because braces of archery and sharpshooter. So whatever you roll, add 12 to it, and then add your dexterity to it.
Why would I add my dex to it?
You always get dex for your archery attacks.
But I'm already at plus 7, which is my dex plus something else. Then.
Right. It's
Your dex plus the bracers is plus 7 currently, and then sharpshooter is plus 10, so you
But
plus
I've
17.
always been a plus 7.
Yeah.
No, you've always been a... Because you're a fighter, you get the archery fighting style, so you get a plus 2 to hit.
Oh, then maybe
But braces of archery gives you a plus 2 to damage.
I don't know.
You're now a plus 7
I'm
to
just- yeah, okay.
a plus 7 to damage. You've always been a plus 7 to hits.
Wait, whatever. Okay. God damn.
8's max.
Okay, but these are garbage.
Okay.
8, 10, 11, 21, 28 damage.
Okay.
Garbage. And she can do an athletic save of 14.
On her turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, she is still up, but she does not look happy. You still have one more attack, too.
Picked a really bad spot to be frozen. Alright, I'm gonna try an enfeebling arrow with sharpshooter.
Okay.
So, concentration.
Oh,
nat 20.
nice. This is why I'm done with my drinks so often. It's a little glass. Stop.
Mm, 12 to hit.
12 to miss, unfortunately.
Okay, that's fine.
Your arrow hits one of her large crystalline spikes, and it bounces off and flies into the wall. And the magic kind of negates itself at that point. Nothing happens.
Okay, so the arcane attack doesn't count. That was my last attack. So I'm done.
Okay.
Whoa! No. I'm gonna use my bonus action for second wind, and then she can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Okay. She's making an athletics check. She's going to try to move. So what's your save?
14.
She fails.
Ooh! Wait, did she move?
Yes, she moved.
Well, it's a check first, isn't it?
Yeah.
So she failed her
If
check.
she breaks, like... Does she
She's not
move?
smart in the slightest. She has a 2 intelligence. So she's going to try and run at you.
So her speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Okay, so instead
And
of
if
6
she
birds,
moves, she gets a 2d6
10,
slashing
15.
damage.
20. So she fights as the vines wrap around her further and cut into her body, and she fights and pulls and tries to get over them, and it just doesn't happen. She stops short finally, thorns and vines sticking out of her.
6 damage.
Okay. Alright, and she is cut short for her movement, so she's done.
10 plus level.
Oh, we're still not second winded. It's whatever you roll plus your fighter level.
God, this is garbage. Like, what the fuck? So dumb. Okay.
Alright. Anything else?
Nope.
That's her turn, so it's your turn again. Like, your arrow cut her movement short, so. You okay?
Right over there.
I'm dying.
I'm Batman.
Who's Batman to you? Christian Bale. Michael Keaton's Batman. Okay. If I stay 5 feet away from her and move, she doesn't get an attack of opportunity, does she?
No.
Huh.
However, she is still within range that you need to
Oh,
make a
con
Constitution
save.
save. Yes.
Woo! 25.
You're good.
Damn right.
Is your Constitution modifier even good?
It's 3,
That's pretty good.
but my saving throw is 7.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm proficient in it.
I was just like wondering if you have the lowest Constitution, but you're getting the highest rolls. There is very little eggnog left. Would you like a drink now?
Okay. So,
I'll have to try it some other time.
We'll just all do cum shots later.
so gross. So she failed to break the brambles, but she moved and took damage. So do we assume the brambles are like in pieces as she moves?
What does the spell say? Does it go away after that, or does it stay?
It says that there's a 1 minute duration.
Then it's still on. 1 minute is like 10 rounds.
So if she keeps moving, she just keeps taking damage.
Yeah. She's just not smart enough to understand that. So.
That's fine. I will do a bursting arrow sharpshooter.
Okay.
Concentration. 16.
You're good.
Okay. That's 7. Oh, 9. I miss.
9 misses, unfortunately.
Okay. We try again. 16 for concentration. Dicks. 13 dicks.
Unfortunately, I'll miss.
Oh my god. Okay. 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 We're just gonna forget sharpshooter for a little while. Just a bursting arrow.
Okay.
No concentration. 13 concentration.
Roll d6.
Damn it.
Roll damage.
Do I just take the bursting arrow damage?
Yes.
Okay. Dicks, man.
Now you're gonna roll max.
Yeah.
Only 6.
More.
Only 6.
So again, the arrow whoosh into your face.
Okay, well, out of arcane shots, and 2 of them were on me, so that's cool. That's cool.
You feel like Varys would be like waving his hands in the air, just going, "What are you doing?"
Right?
You hear his voice echo in your mind, because you know Varys would definitely be saying that.
It's like, oh my god. Okay.
You also hear him in the back of your mind saying, "I know where you are, and you can't ride your bike there."
Alright, so that was all of mine, and they failed, so it's her turn.
Athletics check. Natural 20.
Ooh.
Dicks. That's fine. I didn't care anyway.
5, 10. Will you move up to her, please?
No. Don't you dare. Nope. Nope. She's got me
Make
pinned,
sure attack
guys.
roll.
She's got me pinned.
She misses you.
Oh, thank God.
She, however, gets another attack, and she misses.
Oh.
Well.
You're up.
I'm gonna move. She can attack me again.
Make a con save first.
Dicks.
See if you can move.
Oh yeah, 25.
Right, you're good.
1, 2.
She will hit you that time.
Okay.
Thirteen, 19, 21 damage.
Oh my god.
God.
I was just thinking of the very real possibility that she uses you as a shield.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
I think she is.
Not on purpose.
It's a good thing you have sharpshooter.
I'm
I'd
just
make you
not
shoot.
trying to get pinned in the wall again.
If you didn't have sharpshooter, I'd make you shoot with disadvantage.
Even if I'm not using sharpshooter?
Well, if you didn't have sharpshooter, you couldn't use sharpshooter anyway.
Well, I know,
You'd be shooting
but-
over a creature the same height as you, effectively.
Alright, so
Probably
my turn?
taller and bigger.
Still my
Because
turn.
she's wearing
Yep.
plate mail.
I'm okay. Freaking A. Alright, we're gonna try a sharpshooter and see what happens.
Okay.
Nope.
Good. Try again.
Gonna attempt sharpshooter one more time. Yeah!
There we go.
26.
That'll hit.
Let's use one of my guns. 20 damage.
20 damages. Don't act like that's nothing.
Compared to the damage I could do, it's nothing.
Alright. Keep going. She's still up.
Okay. Well,
Lost attack.
That's like more damage than I was rolling when I was rolling 3 dice.
alright, we're gonna attempt another sharpshooter for the last one. Nope. Okay. That's fine.
Alright.
Her turn.
10, 15, 20, 25. Will you move her 30 feet towards Alexia, please?
No.
How far?
30. Is that enough to get her there?
Yeah.
She's like on top of me.
Is she taking damage again for?
no.
Oh no, that's
No,
right.
she broke down.
Passed it.
She will hit you that time. 11,
Dicks, guys.
16 damage.
Fuck. Like, I'm very bloody at this point, in case people are wondering.
Your wounds are, not only are you bloody, but your wounds are festering. They burn, they sting. Every time you move or make a shot, they kind of like send white hot pain through your body. And it's like you're bleeding and that hurts, but at the same time, and also, it's like when you put like peroxide on a wound, it just hurts. Or even better, like citrus on a wound, or salt in a wound, imagine that. But it is your turn. Because she missed with her second attack.
Okay, if I shoot close range, it's at disadvantage, right?
Yes.
I mean, at least with my normal one, like, disadvantage doesn't really matter because it's so high. Unless I get a net one, it's just garbage. Is there an amount that I can safely move?
No.
Okay. Dude, she's gonna wipe me out. We didn't get very far today. Oh my
It's
god.
been really intense,
Oh
and
my god.
this isn't what I was expecting from the fight, but it's been
I
really
have
intense.
nothing left to do. Oh my god. If I start flying, does she get an AOP? Damn it!
She would, but she'd definitely be out of her range at that point.
Yeah, but I have 15 left. She can literally wipe me out before I do anything.
Yeah.
Why didn't you do that earlier?
Cause I just thought of it!
What do you want to try, Alexia?
I want to try sitting in the corner and just crying.
You successfully do so.
Oh god. Can I don't know if this would like do anything. Can I reach in? Wait, shit. I don't know if I still have that. have it? Am I the one who has the bag of tricks? Does anyone else have that in their inventory? It's just me.
I don't
Okay,
have
I
it.
have the bag of tricks then. Can I grab like a card and see if it pulls up an illusion
You mean
to
the deck of
distract
illusions? I think Varys has that.
her? Oh. No, I have the. Oh, I wrote that. I have the bag of tricks, and there's 13 magical cards left.
Oh, then you have it.
Like, is that something that would work? Like, can I distract her and run
You
away?
don't know. You get to sense you're both on your last legs.
Literally a fight to the death, guys. Fight to the death. Well, either she's going down or I'm going down. So... Dicks. God damn. Oh my god, this is the worst.
This is so stressful right now.
I don't know what to do.
Can you guys feel this like at home? Just like the stress emanating right now?
I'm still alive. I'm just a rock.
I ascended and became one with the earth.
Wouldn't that be descending?
I mean, technically, it's beneath you. Although you guys are farther down below the earth than most people have ever been, so...
So you don't go anywhere. You just become...
One day I'll be a mountain.
Okay.
What are you
There
gonna
we
do,
go.
Alexia?
I'm gonna try a sharpshooter at disadvantage.
Okay.
Risky stress, guys.
Wow,
risky
good luck.
Oh, 20.
Nice. Guess we'll drink to that. Go ahead, roll again.
Roll another nat 20. Just do it.
Oh, is it a 1? Oh my god.
Alright, who wants evens? Who wants odds?
Oof.
It's fucking hilarious.
No, seriously, guys. Who wants evens? Who wants odds?
Even, baby.
You know this is what's happening.
This one's even all the way.
Even, baby.
Even! Nope, wait, is that a 6 or a 9?
Yeah, it's a 6.
That's a 9.
Is it? How
Oh.
can you tell?
It's a 6.
I don't
Oh,
know!
that's a 6. Never mind. Alright, roll damage against Ethlyn.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm not dead unless you crit.
When I designed this encounter, this wasn't supposed to happen like this.
Yeah, level 3 encounter? Dicks. Fucking bullshit. It's probably the highest I've rolled today. Okay, so sit. Oh, wait. Does it still count as a sharpshooter if
Yes.
I still don't? Okay, so
Yes.
6, 13, 23 damage.
Are you powdered?
How does it work?
So you take 23 damage, because that's what she rolled just now.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if I get to 0, I just...
You are just poof.
Yeah.
There's,
No, I'm
there's,
still alive.
There's no chance of you being returned to flesh.
Yeah, like, you don't get your, like, death stuff.
I just,
Yeah.
like, hate myself right now. Who gets a nat 20 and then a nat 1?
It happens more than you think, man.
Michael, hit me.
Hit me.
Unlucky people.
Alright,
I
third
guess.
attack. Or second attack. Sorry,
Maybe you
what
should have
was your
taken the
first
lucky feat.
one? And then not use it.
Someone else at the table. Alright, just do a regular disadvantage shot.
Just regularly.
15, 18, so 27 to hit.
That'll hit.
Just try a totally different.
Ooh, here we go. This is how it
14
starts.
damage.
14 damage. How do you want to do this?
Oh my fucking god! You know what? I'd like to taunt her a little bit.
Wow. BMing.
I really just like want to give her like a death stare and be like, you thought you could finish me? Look at all your babies that I slaughtered, and you're next. And just like stab and, well, no, it's my arrow.
You're
Okay,
shooting
so I'll
the-
shoot her in the eye and it goes through her eye, through her brain, and comes out the other end, and she's dead.
Okay. So, arms filled with lead at this point. You're wounded. Not only are you
Cheers, guys.
not only are you basically covered in your own blood,
I get
but-
all the XP.
every bit of wound you've accumulated is on fire at this point because
Dicks.
whatever is in the venom of this creature is burning you currently. And still, in a typical Alexia fashion, your eyes have not changed at all. They're still that sunken, angry, determined expression. And as you say this at the creature, it may not understand the words you're saying, but it understands the implications. And it lunges at you, mouth wide open.
No.
And as you do, you release your arrow, and it flies right through it. And it falls just short at your feet, completely dead.
I'd like to just like fall backwards, exhausted, and just lay there for a while.
You do so, and as you do so, you notice up on all the ridges, the high ridges here, you see these small, kind of gray skinned creatures, and they're all looking down at you, and they're like, a couple of them are like, some of them are clapping, but they are all along the ridges.
Okay, well, seeing them, I can't show any weakness, so I stand up, and I just kind of like hold my bow in the air, like triumphantly, with one leg on her head. I'm just like...
You do so, and the earth beneath your feet
Oh god.
swallows you up, and
Well,
you are restrained at this point.
I feel less victorious now.
A couple of them jump down, and they're about 3 inches tall, or 3 feet tall. Sorry, not 3 inches. They're about 3 feet tall. They barely come up to your knee, or above your knee, and they're
Why
kind
am
of
I restrained?
because the earth literally.
No.
Think about it like earth bending in like Avatar, like it just whooshing
They're
up around.
earthbenders! No.
And a couple of them slide down. They kind of look at you, and they start poking the bodies of the dead ones, and they begin like kind of like touching Varys and Ethelyn, and kind of like admiring their work, I should say. I'm assuming you don't speak Undercommon, so
No.
they begin talking to each other. It's kind of like this.
You mean the one language I don't understand?
It's like this kind of like gibberish sound. So eventually, a couple of them walk up to you and they kind of gesture at you, and they're just like.
Like what kind of gestures?
So they point to the basilisk that you killed.
Uh-huh.
They point to them, then they point to you, and they go. And then they go
What are they pointing at?
just into the distance. Go ahead and make an insight check.
Oh, great. You mean wisdom? My worst stat? Whoa.
One incoming.
Oh.
18!
Oh no, that's actually really good. You can tell that they're basically saying, we're gonna go over there. We're gonna take you guys there. If you resist, we'll kill you.
Oh, shit. I mean, I'm like turning into stone. They're already stone. Like, I don't think we can resist at this point.
So they kind of climb on top of you, and you can't move.
I put my bow away.
You have
to
no
say-
movement at all.
Oh.
Like your arm is
I thought it was
encased
just
in.
my legs.
No, everything is encased in
shit.
stone, and you
Okay.
can't move. Period. So they kind of clamber on top of you. They rinse your bow out of your hands. Do you resist at all?
No.
So
I
they,
don't have the strength to resist.
so they kind of rinse your bow out of their hands. They look at your bow and they just kind of like just put it over their shoulder.
No.
At that point, they make some hand gestures, and the earth down again, and you're free.
But I wanted to search to get my bows or my arrows back.
They are ushering you forward. They begin attaching ropes to Ithlin and Varys and kind of putting them on the side of these kind of like little basins, essentially, and now they're dragging them off into the distance.
They're still rock?
Yeah.
Dick. Alright. Oh yeah, I guess they only earthbended on me, but you guys actually got like basilisk shit. Okay.
I'm gonna end up as the centerpiece at Jabba's.
Just going like this.
I'm gonna be a coat rack.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna like hang coats like on your finger.
Let's see, I wonder if there's like... Oh, there is a picture of them. Nice. Okay.
Do I recognize them? Like, have we seen them here before? Were they the guys trying to take my weapons the
I
first
will
time?
say, because they're similar to a race you have seen before, go ahead and make a history check.
History. Oh, 12.
12?
Yeah.
You can't quite place it, but they do look kind of familiar. What is it? 164. So this is what they look like, guys.
The fuck?
So they're very, very short. Kind of. If they do have hair, it's it sticks straight up. Even their facial hair sticks straight out like this. If they're not, however, they're completely hairless. No eyebrows, no stubble, no anything. But they are completely gray-skinned.
So they only took my bow.
They took your other weapons too.
Oh, okay. Damn it. Did they take my bag of holding?
They've taken nothing else, just the things that look dangerous on you, apparently.
Okay.
You want to do something?
No. Nope.
Okay.
Just going along for the ride.
Alright.
I'm too weak to fight back. They would murder me.
So after a while, you walk for quite a couple hours at this point, and you're already exhausted from the fight, and you're starting to see double at this point because you haven't slept yet either, and it's getting to that point where you need food as well. And when you start to slow down and kind of stumble a little bit, they kind of push you forward and won't let you stop. But after a few hours, you come to a completely solid dead end. And then a couple of them step forward and they kind of start speaking that gibberish you don't understand again, and start making those hand gestures, and the wall slides down.
Do I recognize the path? Oh, no, this is our first time. Never mind.
Yeah. They have taken you upwards. You do notice that. You have not gone down or kind of strayed from the ascendant path, so to speak. And when you come into this place, you see that there are lots and lots of huts and lots of stone buildings, kind of half rock, half crystal, and they're very reminiscent, at least when it comes to the hut section, the Kuotoas, how they kind of those hastily put together ramshackled huts, and you kind of gather this is some kind of
fish people.
Yeah, this is some kind of village.
Okay.
They push you into a large circular crystal area, and then before you get a chance to protest, the wall just whoosh up.
Oh, they've imprisoned me, guys.
Varys,
You guys don't
Ithlin,
even care.
the last memories you had was of the basilisk fight, and your consciousness slowly fading to black.
Little dicks.
Slowly but surely, you begin to regain consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, a familiar feeling to Varys, it's pitch black, and you hear extremely muffled sounds, and it's confusing, and you can't really understand it. And then slowly you hear this very, very slight, and you realize it's your own heartbeat.
Oh shit.
And then slowly your vision returns.
Ominous.
And the first thing you see after your vision kind of adjusts and you blink for a little bit is you are in this huge crystalline area. Many of these small gray creatures with wild looking hair looking at you guys. And one in the center there on this huge crystalline throne room, wearing lots of different rags and crystal adornments on him. He's got a staff with a big crystal at the end of it. He's got wild beard sticking out and wild hair just sticking straight up. And as you guys come back to life, despite the language barrier, you hear kind of just a
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
So yeah, as I begin to regain consciousness and before I see anything and I just can feel myself, I just want to be oh, I know this is a shock, ladies, but I may be going soft, but I'll be hard in a minute.
Oh my god.
And
No, I think you're
those
perfect.
words actually leave your lips, and Ithlin hears that. And the other one, the people around you don't really respond, but you hear Varys say that. And that's kind of your first conscious thought, is what Varys just said.
As I open my eyes, I expect to be in a very different environment than I'm in. Very confused by what he's just said.
Okay. So I still got my swords in my hands, right? Because they were like, I'm
Yes.
petrified with them.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but you're also
Well, you're still
flipping people off. So how,
No, I was like holding swords and like
Okay, alright, that's fine.
barely dropping them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Interesting.
But you guys are completely surrounded. There are hundreds of these little things around you.
Hello. How are you?
You hear a lot of gibberish, but like nothing you understand. Because I don't think you speak Undercommon.
No. But I will.
But I will.
Upon
yeah.
hearing the gibberish.
I also have Observant, so I can like understand what people are saying if I see their mouths moving. Like basically, I can read.
Typically, yes, but that only matters if you can speak the language still.
Does it?
Yeah,
Oh.
if their mouth is moving in unfamiliar dialects or if, like,
Oh,
yes, you have to understand the language.
continue.
It would seem that there's a language barrier between us. Give me a moment while I fix this, and I cast tongues on myself.
Before you get a chance to even do anything, their
Oh, no.
weapons are drawn up on you.
Oh my. I continue to do so anyways.
Okay.
It's just verbal and material, which
So they
I don't
see
need
you
it.
pull it, or they see you.
I don't need the material because I have my weapons are my focuses.
Right.
So.
So they see you start speaking, and they recognize what arcane magic looks like, and so
Yeah.
as it kind of starts, it's very very slight glowing around you. That's what startles them, and so they immediately draw their weapons and start advancing towards you.
Alright. They see me touch my forehead.
Okay. They still advance for you.
Okay, so what tongues does is it allows me to understand the literal meaning of what people are saying to me, and then it allows people that I'm talking to understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
Whoa! I just cast a spell so that we can communicate. Are we cool?
Make a persuasion check. Would you like to do anything in response?
I've taken both of my weapons and kind of like thrown them like that, spit a bunch of blood out of my mouth, and I've sat down on the ground.
Okay.
You notice you're much more worse for wear than when you got petrified.
Yeah, I'm almost dead, so
I got a 28.
Okay. Inches away from you at this point, they kind of like look to each other and they look to the obviously older one up on that huge crystalline throne. He kind of looks to them and he's just like, "I will allow it,
Snack. Anyone?
but put your weapons down."
Is he speaking? Oh no, you understand him.
he understands what he's saying.
You have no idea what the fuck's happening.
He wants us to unarm ourselves.
Which Ethelyn already did, so
So
I mean, it doesn't matter for me, so
I know.
I will put my scimitar away, and then the other one will disappear.
A couple of them are just like, "Oh, did you see that? This one's full of tricks."
Yes, very useful tricks. Perhaps we could be of assistance to you in some way.
I'm not even gonna ask where I am.
The
Fuck bears.
taller
I gotta
one-
make sure we're not gonna get executed first, okay? We can worry about you later.
the other one up on
Sir,
the
I'm
throne.
bleeding out right now.
He as the other ones begin kind of just like, you can tell they're enjoying this and they kind of love what's happening. Like they know they have you outnumbered and they know that it has you surrounded, and so they're kind of just like, they go back to that kind of low chuckle and start laughing and kind of just like, "Oh, look at them, he's scared," despite whether you are or not. And he kind of on the ground, that kind of echoes throughout the cabin. He's like, "Silence! You are not Underdark dwellers."
Is he finished talking?
Is that all he's saying?
Yeah, that's all he says so far.
Okay, because I get the feeling that he's some sort of king authority, and I don't want to interrupt him on accident.
Okay.
Yes, that is true. We are not from the Underdark. We're from the world above.
The upper
Many visitors from the world above lately.
Many visitors. More than us?
Yes, a small collective of drow went to the surface not too long ago.
Wait, small collective.
Yes. We happen to be hunting some drow that were on the surface that caused some trouble for us.
How do I know you're not in a league with the drow that came down here 6 months ago?
6 months ago. What?
6 months ago? Well... let's see. Well, the drow that we're hunting, one of them was a female named Kylina. At least that's what she said her name was.
I don't know their names, I just know their filth.
Sure is filthy.
She deceived my father and many other elves for probably a century or two, and was using magic to disguise her appearance. And she ended up betraying all of us and killing my father. So, I assure you, we are in no allegiance with any drow.
So you say, but you bear her racial features. Your skin may not be the same color, but he is just like her, but light-skinned, and you have similar features.
Yes, I am... I'm half elf and half human. Along with one of our other friends that was here, a woman with striking red hair.
Yes.
I assure you, we mean none of you any harm. We just want to find the drow, I believe you called them. We seek to find them and take revenge on Kylina for her betrayal to us, and then after that we would want to leave.
Do you have any idea what you march into?
No. Very little is known about this place.
There are only 3 of you by my count.
Yes. It was just the 3 of us that entered.
Find it highly unlikely that 3 foolish people would venture down here.
I'm not exactly sure on the details of how we got down here either. All I know is that we had to go through some place called the Feywilds, but I was told that we went through, but for some reason neither of us remember our time there.
I forgot about that. Would you like to add anything to this?
I can't understand what's going on.
That's true,
Yeah.
I forgot.
He just hears.
Well, you can understand Varys. Like, you understand what Varys
Yeah,
is
I
saying.
mean, I
but...
can hear what he's saying. But...
Yeah.
Yes. So we had to apparently venture through the Feywilds. I'm not sure how we got from there to here, but I was told there was a portal of some kind in someplace else other than the Feywild, and apparently all the entrances to here was sealed off from the world above. So what exactly is it that you're so worried about the drow? Do you guys not get along?
He spits on the ground, and many of the other ones around you, and like a wave, all spit on the ground.
I see.
Gross. Ew. Eggs.
The drow are malicious creatures. Who they don't kill, they take as slaves. Well, let me show you something. And he begins kind of slowly walking down the steps past you guys.
He wants us to follow him.
As he scratches at the walls.
I stand up.
Cool.
So he takes you about an hour or so outside of town.
As he's taking us, I let him know that my ability to communicate goes away after a certain amount of time, and that I have to use magic on myself again to allow us to communicate as my spell ends.
He asks you to explain what it looks like, and should you do any actions that are different than what you say, you'll be dropped immediately.
Awesome. Alright, so I'll explain to him that the weapon that I had brought before me earlier, I needed in order to focus on the magic required for me to speak, and that the blue aura he saw around me earlier will like happen, and then I'll touch my forehead, and then I'll be able to speak for about an hour.
Make a persuasion check.
29.
Nice.
He believes you. He just warns you again with many of the other people trying you guys stayed back there, but he's taken with him a small patrol of like 15 or so people, including himself, and then you guys with him. And he just explains again, like, should it look anything else than that, he will not hesitate to give the order.
Okay.
And then, of course, you don't understand that.
Yeah, at some point, I tell him that he is unable to understand anything that his people are saying, so I will have to tell him what you guys say.
Okay.
Varys,
Yeah.
tell them their king looks dumb, and I want his staff.
Oh my god.
And I spit on the ground.
Oh my god.
The king's eyes narrow.
Just taking advantage of a language barrier.
He is thirsty.
He just, from your perspective, you hear, and a couple people come forward and they present like a small stone flask to you.
Oh my god,
They offer
but
it to you?
he knows
grab
that he knows
It's
what
it's a drink that you asked for.
You don't yell at him for not saying what you told him to say?
I'm kind of, now I'm distracted by what they gave me, and I kind of like
He's just like, ooh.
smell it.
It smells just like water.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure it's water.
gonna
So
drink
like,
it.
Seeing as you have not had water in quite some time, the dignified elf as you are, you kind of take a sip of it first hesitantly, and the moment it touches your lips, you're just like, oh my god, yes! And you kind of just down the whole thing immediately.
Not to mention that spicy mushroom you had a little while ago.
True.
so yeah, after he leads us for like an hour, I would try to say something to him.
What'd you say?
Just hello. And if he doesn't understand what I'm saying anymore, then I'll be like, motion that I like need to do the thing again.
No, that's fine. He understands.
Okay.
So he leads you through these twisting different caverns, and many of them are revealed the same. Well, you didn't see it actually. So many of them are revealed the same way I explained to Lexi earlier, where they appear dead ends for whatever reason, but then the crystal and structure kind of like whoosh down or splits apart, and he leads you through these various tunnels. And you realize that without this unique ability to travel like through whatever this mineral is, it'd probably be really hard to find this place.
Am I just imprisoned this whole time?
Yes.
Like, you guys still haven't asked about me?
So you're not with us? Where are you?
No, I'm in prison. I'm
Okay,
in
you're
some,
like,
like,
in
crystal
a
cage
jail
right
cell
now.
or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bleeding to death because no one's healed me.
I'm just imagining like Boomy from Avatar, and you're just like in this like stone coffin with like your face
I'm
is
just
the
gonna
only
start
thing. That
It's
shows.
kind of more of
trying to eat
a
the
structure
crystal
like that.
and hope that it's like
She
crystal
herself is
candy.
not. She herself is not restrained in any way, but she's in the circular room where the ceiling is smooth crystal. The walls are all smooth crystal. There's no corners at all, and the only way out was sealed up.
Hungry and delirious at this time due to lack of food and water, and that I'm bleeding out, I start licking the walls.
It tastes really, really dusty and like, you know those rocks that are like smoothed over by the ocean's current, like over a long period of time? That's exactly what it's like. You lick it and it's like kind of salty, kind of dirty, but that has no good taste otherwise.
Does it make me thirstier? Because
It does.
I use every ounce of. I just start like knocking.
Just break a piece off. It's rock candy.
Probably.
Just weakly, just like on the ground, just.
So you guys are
But
brought
You guys don't even care.
through these
It's
areas,
fine.
and what you see is you begin seeing the ruined structures of buildings and different houses and stone statues and things of that nature. And you notice that you're in some kind of city, but everything here is completely destroyed and aged by time, or so it seems. And as you guys are kind of looking around and marveling at all these different things, they're not batting an eye at it. They're not interested in it the slightest. And they start leading you through after a while. And you come into this area where there's a massive, like lake-sized crater in the ground. And unlike how a crater is formed naturally over time, it's kind of rough and ragged. This is completely smooth. And it's this huge lake-sized crater in the center. And on the outskirts, you guys can kind of see, like, there are other traces of other buildings and, like, art pieces that are kind of just, like, also destroyed around here. And when you guys get here, you and the king kind of stand before this huge hole in the ground. He kind of taps his staff on the ground again. And he goes, "This is what the Drow are capable of."
What exactly happened here?
We do not know. Usually we had an agreement with them. We provide them with weapons and minerals, and they leave us be. But they came through here 6 months ago, wielding some kind of power. Some kind of strange device. There's chaotic energies all around, and our home was desecrated. What you saw when you first came out of the stone state was all that's left of our culture.
I'm sorry for your loss.
No.
It would seem that the two of us have a mutual enemy. We may not look it, but we're actually very well seasoned adventurers. I'm capable of all sorts of magical things that I can do. Ithlin here is exceptionally skilled at fighting, and our third member is never missed a shot. She has a gift with the bow.
Yes, we saw her gift firsthand.
Monka S. Yeah. What if we were to come to some agreement that we could help your people get revenge on the Drow, and at the same time we would be able to look for Kylina and get revenge on her, and when you're satisfied, perhaps you could help us return to the surface, and with your revenge on the Drow satisfied, you could take over their society and cities that they have.
You do not go to war against one person. You go to war against the entire city. The Drow are backstabbers and greedy. But when one invades their home, they band together.
How many of them are we talking? Roughly.
Millions.
I see.
You would have to be unseen. Do you truly think that you can invade such a fortress?
Maybe not this guy, but yeah.
I've been known to be able to disappear every once in a while, so yeah, probably.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh,
Ooh, wow.
He really
Alright.
believes you.
The total is 33 for those of you who want to know.
Nice job. He kind of chuckles to himself, and he says a phrase that even with your tongue spell active, it doesn't make any sense. But after he says it, everyone else around him kind of like, they look at each other and they're like, and he kind of looks at you two, and he kind of see that he realizes, like, right, they don't. Right. He goes, we will see if you are capable.
A test then.
Yes. One of our most ancient traditions.
What exactly is it?
I do not know the word in your tongue on the surface, but
Battle Royale.
I will put you and your allies in a pit
Oh no.
against an opponent of my choosing.
Oh. Yeah, Battle Royale.
Sounds fair.
Yeah.
When would this take place? I mean,
Oh god.
I know that I definitely need maybe a day to be at my full strength for you to see my true worth.
We will not send you to your death on an empty stomach or wounded.
Oh thank god.
Everyone deserves to die with food in their belly.
I agree with that.
With your gladiator background, you recognize he's talking about gladiator pits.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I am the champion of. I'm not there. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever really properly introduced ourselves either. My name is Varys Galanadel, and this here is Ithlin, and the redheaded archer. Well, she doesn't have a name. Sad enough. She goes by a rather weird nickname of Puss in Boots.
I am
That was one time.
I am Philbus Blackstone. You sit here at the ruins of Stoneport.
His name is what?
Philbus Blackstone.
Phelbus Blackstone.
Varys, I look at you. What have you agreed
And
to?
I look away.
Stoneport?
Yes. The ruins of Stoneport.
He's agreed to Stoneport.
He's agreed to the ruins of stone.
So he's Philbus Blackstone. What you see before you are the ruins of Stoneport. And he continues to say, where you awoke we call Brightstone.
Is that where I am?
Yes.
And it's part of the middle dark? Upper? Don't know. Okay.
I'm not sure.
No one cares about Elena. Sawyer dead.
I care.
You guys know you've traveled about... You guys know that you had confirmation that you definitely were in the lower dark, and you've traveled 2 weeks upward. And so it's a fair assumption you've probably maybe reached the middle dark at this point.
So I can't say that I've been to the Underdark, but I've specifically been to the Lower Dark.
Yes.
Okay.
Not knowing the geography, and in truth, not many people, even the citizens of the Underdark, don't really know the geography because it's ever changing, given all the new tunnels constantly being created. So
It doesn't even matter.
So at this point, your best guess is that you have reached the Middle Dark. That was your best guess.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna do this.
I thought Elena?
No, that's Sawyer.
Oh.
I mean, I could tear Elena's out, but there's cute little, like, rabbit.
I would like to
stamps
ask
on it.
Felbus.
Island.
So I noticed that you seem to be the one that is in charge of everything. Do you have a title that I should and my friends address you by?
I believe they call it King where you come from. That will suffice.
King Felbus. Okay.
King Blackstone.
King Blackstone. Sorry.
Did you guys know? So you know the movie The Greatest Showman about P.T. Burnham and the circus? His name is Phineas. Like
Alexia
Phineas and
says to
Ferb.
herself in the cell.
I was so excited. Sorry, guys. But off topic.
Yes.
Great show, guys. Watch it.
You never answered me, Barris. What did you agree? What did you agree?
Two.
It's so hard, I can't see over there.
Just put it directly
We
in front of you.
are going to potentially assist them in getting revenge on the Drow people for destroying their home. And to test whether or not we are worthy of helping them, they are going to put us in a pit against an opponent of King Blackstone's choosing.
I get kind of a smirk on my face. Are we to fight a gnome?
That's the
Are
spirit.
you serious? Do they make them any bigger than their king?
Oh shoot. He talked.
Ithlin here is very excited. He loves battle.
Oh my gosh. You guys don't even know where I'm at yet. I'm upset. Feeling lonely, I just start like.
So,
Is there any
Just
chance
floundering
that
in
we
there.
can
Pretty much.
we can be reunited with our female companion so that I may inform her of what we're going to be doing?
yes, I will bring you to her.
Okay.
Formulate your strategy. You will need all the help you can get. Sorry.
Sorry.
All right.
So, you take the trek back to Brightstone as you know it now. Alexia, after a while, you're basically laying flat on your back, just looking up at the bright ceiling.
How?
And you hear behind you. And you kind of like look that way, and they kind of push Varys and Ithlin in. And then back up behind you guys.
Hey guys. I don't move. I'm just like trying to make eye contact by moving my head around.
Oh, hi, Alexia.
Hi, Varys. Never watched The Room.
I love that movie.
What?
Alright,
Oh my god, it's terrible.
We'll talk
It's
about it
great.
after.
You should definitely watch The Room.
Come on,
Don't do
we're like 30 minutes away. Come on.
Sorry. What are you doing here? Did you not escape?
The last time you saw them, they were completely petrified.
It's very true. You are
So
stone.
I can't help but
What's
notice
happening?
you didn't do what I said.
You mean the pool of blood that I'm laying in? You noticed that too? Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of, kind of sucks.
I
And
start
my
casting a
armor's
spell
all
and I
bloody.
point at Ithlin. It would seem it is our time of the month. We shouldn't make any sign.
Oh my god!
Uh,
I assume you're saying this in his head, so
Yeah.
I can't hear you? Okay. So what are you doing here?
Well,
You know what? What are any of us doing here?
When I woke up, I was surrounded by these small little gray creatures. It's shocker, really.
Yes.
They were different from those other small little gray creatures that we encountered.
They brought us here. For some reason, once I defeated the mother lizard thing, they were standing and watching. They took my bow, which I'm very upset about, along with my other weapons, put you guys in basins or something, and dragged us all here.
That's interesting. I wonder why they decided to disarm you, but not us.
Well, you guys were petrified. I don't think they could have gotten to your weapons as stone items at that point. Anyway.
Yeah, basically, these people have been terrorized by the drow that we are pursuing and want our help in getting revenge against them.
Well, I want their help healing my wounds.
Yeah, probably gonna be me doing that.
Since you got, I should have said this earlier, since you and Ithlin heard the information, you guys go ahead and make intelligence checks.
Oh boy.
Well, I mean, Ithlin didn't understand the information, though.
That's true. Would you have relayed to him what they said, or?
But he didn't.
I'm like a translator.
Okay, yeah. What'd you get?
18.
So Varys, this completely passes over your head. However, Ithlin, you remember that time passes very, very differently in the Feywilds. And apparently a small group of drow came through here 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, like I was saying, they want revenge against the drow for destroying one of their cities, their main city, and they are giving us a day to recover from our wounds, and then they're going to test to see if we're worthy of helping them, putting us into fighting pits against opponents of the king's choosing.
The three of us against one man. Or
I
creature.
think that's what was implied, but I would be prepared for anything.
We're going to fight a gnome.
I hyped you
or
up, you know.
something.
I told them you never miss. Apparently they saw you fight, though, so I lied to them.
But they did. You did lie. Accurate to both statements. Both statements are accurate. Did they mention anything else about these drow that they've encountered? How long ago were they here? Was it Kylina?
I don't remember. They didn't... I asked specifically about Kylina. They said they don't know any of the scum by name, and they spit on the ground. They really don't like them, and they really
Spit
didn't
on
like
the
the look
ground.
of us either.
Which just comes out as drool. Because I'm laying.
It's like half pinkish, like red.
But they did say that one of the group of people that attacked them used some device that destroyed the entire town. I think that was what Kylina took from your grandfather. So it was probably her.
It's very interesting. They didn't say anything about how long ago these drow were here.
6 months.
I think that's right. That doesn't make any sense, though, because I remember us specifically, like, probably at most a week or two ago, talking to
Awen.
I don't know, why is it taking me longer to remember these things? Why do I have a long beard? Long hair. Why do I feel older? Anyways.
Well, you and Ithlin also don't remember being in the Feywild. I'd venture a guess that time and other things do not work as we would expect them to.
Just like message at you again. Why did we even teach women how to read and write? They pull these theories out of nowhere.
Alexia, you may make an intelligence check with advantage. Because you remember the Feywilds, and you've received new information.
Oh,
Same
15
thing,
plus
Double
9.
15s.
Intelligence?
Yes.
Is it just the straight mod?
Yeah.
17.
17? That's actually really good.
Yep.
You remembering the Feywilds and kind of putting two and two together, you realize that you guys may have spent a few days in the Feywilds, but it's very possible 6 months passed in the real world. And you remember Awen telling you guys that if you lose your path, time flows very, very differently in the Feywilds, and it's possible to be gone much longer than you intended, and that a day in the Feywilds may be a year in the real world, and vice versa.
Well, I do remember speaking with Awen, and she mentioned that time here flows differently than where we're from. The fact that this creature told you the drow were here 6 months ago worries me. It makes me wonder how much time in our world has passed. How much time we've spent here is very concerning as to what may be happening there.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. I mean, we're closer now to finding Kylina than we were a week ago.
You're not wrong.
This is the best lead we've had.
Can you stay later tonight, or you gotta go to 8? Because
Yeah, probably at 8. Yeah.
we're pretty close to like the end of this part. I could probably wrap it up by like 8:30ish.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta go to the bathroom real bad.
That's fine. We can take a break, but like I could probably wrap it up by like 8:30ish, like 8:45 at the latest.
I really gotta go at like 8.
Okay.
You're not
Anyway,
wrong.
continue, go.
But we need to find Kylina as fast as possible. If that's the case, that time is moving differently.
And to do that, we need to prepare ourselves for later. Got some fighting to do, apparently.
We do. So let's prepare. Heal me!
Are you guys done with this conversation?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so
Preparing for a fight.
after a couple hours go by, you talk amongst yourselves and kind of formulate the plan, the strategy. Not the entire wall, but a small part of the wall just kind of down, and they slide in a tray. It's a fairly large tray. It's got 3 different stone plates full of different like meats and mushrooms and like different kind of stuff on it, including like it looks like some kind of chicken, but it's gray as opposed to the standard like brownish kind of amber color. On the trail, along with all that food they sent in with you, there are these potions that they're also kind of in a stone vial, but you kind of pour a little bit onto your finger, and you see that like it's purple colored. But that's what they give you, and then they just kind of like the small opening again.
I take my tray and I go to a corner.
There's no corner.
There are 3 vials as well. Like there's one for each of you, so there are no corners. That's true.
I take a tray and a vial. I eat and drink.
Me too.
So eating, do you eat as well? Before I continue. So eating, you stuff yourselves completely. Like you stuff yourselves entirely. And even though you guys know you definitely like overcompensated a little bit for the food you haven't eaten recently, as well as like in general, you just kind of like overate in general. You feel much, much fuller than you have in quite a while. It's almost like the last week or so of travel like hasn't even been that bad because you feel very, very full and satisfied. You drink the vials and you find your wounds instantaneously heal, as well as you feel completely hydrated and tip-top 100% again.
Ooh. Gotta go.
Can you, we're almost done. Can you guys hold it till...
Nope.
Nope? Alright.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
Okay, so fully healed.
Yes, and so you can also sleep after this, and so after a while, like, so there's still light in this area. It's not completely pitch black by any means. It's still luminescent from the crystal, and whatever light source they filter into there at this point. After a while, that light source dims and it becomes dark, as if they're just being like, "All right, lights out," and it's just. You guys can still see in black and white, so it's not a big deal.
So we get a full night's rest in there.
You guys are fully healed, full abilities back, full everything.
I highly doubt this, but with my moonlight arrows, I specifically need moonlight, right?
Yes.
Okay.
As well as they don't even work if you're not in tune with the quiver.
Yeah. Okay.
The kind of like bluish sheen they typically held
What about like? Sorry.
aren't present anymore.
Okay.
After you disattune from them, they stop shining that light at all.
Okay. What about the 5 charges that my bow gives me? Not that I even have my bow right now. But it says they regenerate at dawn, but I don't even, like, we don't know what day.
Given the fact that's actually interesting. So given the fact dawn doesn't really exist in the Underdark,
they don't.
it probably
like,
wouldn't recharge at all. Period.
That's what I figured.
So I don't know how many you've used recently.
I've used all of them. Like they're.
Okay.
I've used them.
Okay.
I've used them, which is why I haven't like been using them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, given you guys are in the Underdark right now, like, it sucks, but
yeah,
dawn
I
hasn't been a
figured
thing for you guys, honestly.
it would kind of.
You haven't seen
something
you haven't
super
seen
relevant.
you haven't seen true natural light in a long time. You haven't seen starlight or moonlight or sunlight for quite a while. Even this illumination from the crystal, it's not real light. It's like a light bulb, pretty much.
Yeah. Kind of funny.
Sure, me too.
I'll be right back.
I'll try and wrap it up. Just have a conversation while she's gone. Go for it, man. It's all flavor at this point.
What does the chicken-like food taste like to me? Because
So
I expect it to taste like chicken.
it does taste like chicken, but like with a hint of dirt. And you bite into it, and you realize it kind of reminiscent of stone. Like it looks like a stone color. And you bite into it, and it's not rock hard by any means. But it's definitely a lot tougher to chew through.
Mm-hmm.
And you find you take a bite of it and you chew for like several minutes before you're like, I think I can swallow this maybe.
So the vial thing they gave us, that's a potion?
Yeah, it completely
Okay.
killed you guys. And yeah, it is the highest level potion you can get. And it completely cured you guys of anything going wrong with you right now.
So,
Oh, I see. So we drank it.
Yeah. As soon as
how's your chicken?
Tastes a bit strange.
Mine tastes fine to me. It's just a little tough. I don't know what that liquid was, but that was amazing. I feel great.
I feel like I just exorcised all the demons from my body.
You guys want to do anything else?
Nope. I'm ready for battle.
Alright, so. You guys do get a solid 8 hours of sleep. It's almost like not in an intrusive way did they drug you by any means.
Oh.
But it almost feels like they drugged you because you guys ate and drank your potions and like your body was so relaxed and like healed and like all the soreness, all the damage that had been caused, even like the entire time since you've been gone pretty much. Like it just feels completely non-existent. And for the first time you guys kind of relax. And you guys are like leaning on because these like really smooth walls, the lights flicker out after a while. And you wake up feeling extremely refreshed. The wear and tear of the road completely gone. Yet, interestingly, at the same time, you can't help but feel like you've been waking up extremely early. Despite the fact that you don't know when dawn is, it feels like you've been waking up at dawn.
Oh.
Because it's kind of intrusive the way they wake you up. You guys are all awoken by the sound just like crystal flowing down to the ground. And the lights immediately just zoom on. And without your spell active at this point, they kind of come in just like, meh, and they kind of just start like banging against their shields with their weapons.
It looks like it's showtime, guys.
I don't have any of my weapons. What am I supposed to do?
My page ripped. That's upsetting.
Oh no. Varys, can you communicate with them?
Sure.
Do you want to waste a spell slot on that?
I need my weapons if I'm going to be useful during
Yeah.
this fight.
I do the thing.
I
Okay.
do the thing.
So they see you do that, and then it goes from just like, to, come on, get out, hurry up, come on. Don't go all day.
Right.
We're gonna watch you guys die and clean up the pit afterwards. We gotta hurry, come on.
Wow, rude.
My companion here is stressing out a little bit about her weaponry.
It's not my problem, pal.
Got it. They said fuck off.
But if their king wants to see our capability, I need my weapons.
Right, here you go, and I give you my longbow.
You have a longbow?
I've had a longbow for a really long time.
He's
Where do the stats
He's
on it?
literally never... It's
It's
the
so-
same as your bow.
Oh, really? But mine's magical.
Yeah, mine's
Okay,
not
okay.
magical.
You just don't get a +1 to hit. That's all.
Oh, okay. So it's 11. No.
And I give you the 20 arrows that I had.
Oh, it's okay. I got a bunch of arrows.
I
I'll take
look
your
at-
20 though, because I could use them.
I look at one of the gnomes, because they know I've been disarmed. I kind of smirk at him, and I hold out both of my hands, and I have like both of my swords, I summon them, and like flip them around and like put them back in my sheaths like that.
You understand them say, oh, this one's got some tricks on him. And then he like nudges his friend, he's like, I bet you 10 weeks of chores he's gonna die first.
10 weeks of chores.
Mm.
I take the bow and the arrows and I say, I kind of test it out. I guess this will do for now.
It's not nearly as kind of... Your normal bow is this situation of like... When you draw it, you feel the power behind it, but it's light as a feather to draw. This one was completely tough and like stiff, and you kind of pull it back and it goes as you do so, and you're just like twang, and you're like, alright.
Same damage and everything?
Yeah.
D8, but okay.
Yeah.
I'll have you know, the person that I took that from
Very well.
never used it as I killed them first.
Well, if this is what I have to work with, I guess I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Well, let's go. I'll lead the way. Well, out of our 3-man group, I'll follow in close.
Do you guys
to
want to
the-
see anything? Okay. So they lead you through the city, and this is your first time seeing it. The many different huts and structures, and the like halfway stone, halfway crystalline structures. And it's kind of remarkable. It's kind of something. It's an art. It's not. I wouldn't say artwork. It's a masonry you've never seen before, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of a beautiful luminescence. And so they kind of take you into this area where there's a bunch of people around these stone stadiums, and they're all just kind of like cheering as they see you guys come in, like they're half cheering, half laughing. At the far end, just like in Vanden, some person at the far end who seems to be commanding respect sits on the throne you guys recognize as King Blackstone. And as you guys kind of step onto the battlefield, the floor gives out beneath you guys, and you're thrust into this kind of like darker area.
Oh gosh.
And then you look above, and the stone reworks itself to be kind of like a net above you guys. You can see everyone else up in the stadium, but you guys are further down than you thought.
I'm getting a real Java Star Wars vibe from this. Like,
at the far end of the stadium-like area, the doors split open, just whoosh, and out steps a single 3-foot-tall, gray-skinned creature.
oh, called it.
He's got a sword drawn and his shield out, and he kind of clangs against it, and like as he walks out, he kind of just like cheers. And then he steps to the side and takes a bow, and out of the hole he came out of, this huge,
Damn it.
blue-skinned, sleek, like almost slimy but like kind of wet, metallic-y creature steps forward, and it's got chains wrapped all around it, and it's got several of those creatures wrapped around it, trying to just like pull it back and make sure it doesn't fight them off, and it's like snapping at them and like trying to paw them at the same time, and like it's taken at least 10 of these creatures on each side to hold it down and not let it die, or not let it overpower them. You see it's got 6 legs on each side, and it's kind of a mixture of, it's a long kind of like lizard-like creature, but then its maw is more crocodile-like, and it's got horns near the top of its head. And as it kind of pushes it around, it kind of coils up, and the creatures just let go entirely, and they run back into the hole. And it kind of looks at you, and it's got these like reptile-like eyes, and they kind of like, they do that reptile thing, which is kind of like, and like it kind of recenter on all.
The two.
Yeah, they recenter on all 3 of you, and it opens its mouth, and the electricity begins to gather in its maw. And that's Wilderness Night Session, guys.
Is the gray guy still out there with
No,
this
they-
creature?
No, they all ran off.
Yeah.
But what about the one guy with the shield? And he was just like, yeah.
Yeah.
He left too?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just the creature. Okay.
Yeah. As they all leave, the stone doors just behind it. And
Pusses.
yeah, this is the opponent you guys are
Oh,
the face.
pusses. Cool.
So thanks for hanging out with us tonight, guys. Chat is amazing as always. So sorry for the month break. It's never intended to take a break that long. We try to do this every week. It's the holidays. It's crazy. Things happen.
And sicknesses, it's fall.
Yeah. In the next couple weeks, this month in particular, our days may shift around a little bit because Alexia is going out of town to see her family. So we're going to try and schedule something to happen, whether it's our normal game, whether it's a homebrew game, or, well, it's always homebrew, but whether it's like a one-shot or something like that. We'll try and figure it out. But stay tuned, because we're going to try and make sure this is a regular thing like it should be. Because, we love hanging out with you guys every week. I love seeing the chat light up, and hopefully it's more good than bad. With that being said, we'll see you guys next week, and
Subscribe.
stay nerdy, guys. Yes, subscribe if you can. If you can't, Amazon Prime's a thing.
Yeah, so I have Amazon Prime as a student, whatever, you get like 6 months free, thanks Sprint. I subscribed for like 1 month, and I put it on my calendar to be like, okay, renew the subscription. Twitch won't let me use my Prime subscription again.
It may be the first month then, like it's free.
Maybe.
So that's
It's like only
so
1
we've been
month.
talking about if you're a student,
Sucks.
you get Student Prime, which is free Twitch Prime or
Yeah.
Amazon Prime. Maybe the first month you get a free one. So
Yep.
if
less
you
something,
if you
just
sign
1
up for it,
month.
any subscriptions you guys use for us, it's not for money gain. It's not for anything. Like, we use it to build the channel. We use it to make better content. We get better equipment. We get better stuff. And that's the main goal, is to make this something like really great. To kind of bring gaming back to the community in like a really positive way, as opposed to this kind of like screen interface kind of like, let's not actually hang out with our friends kind of gaming that exists these days. So yeah, any support you guys have is helpful. Just hang out with us every week, that was super appreciated. And yeah, we'll see you next week, and stay nerdy, my friends.
With me finishing school next week, some of us might be streaming a little more often, so keep an eye on that to see if we're on throughout the week too. Otherwise, that's it.
Right on.